What's happening, everybody? Good day, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel. QPR versus Fiorentina, whatever the freaking name is. But yeah, we're live today. Watchalong QPR with Fiorentina back at home, Loftus Road, after our tour in Austria. Obviously, we had a behind closed doors friendly against, I believe it was Wickham, where QPR beat Wickham 1-0. On Monday, I believe it was. If I'm not mistaken, or it could have been Tuesday as well. But yeah, we did miss that one, unfortunately, just because of the time of that. But we had some amazing news on that day as well. Back at home today, back live for our watch along as always, and we will be live for every watch along hopefully until the season starts. So let's have a look who's in the chat first before we get into the big news. Foley says, "Hey DB bro, hope you're well." I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you. Hopefully you're okay as well. Our opponents haven't lost in their last 4 games, so it'd be a good test for us, definitely. Listen, Fiorentina, even with the name, you know, you gotta remember they're a big team, man. Still, like, they might not be probably the best team out there anymore, but they're still got a lot of history and stuff like that. So yeah. But definitely be a good test for us. Patrick says, "Good morning, DB. What do you think of preseason so far?" It's an interesting one. It's a very interesting one. You know, I think it's going better than we did last season. Preseason, it is. I feel like it's a lot more interesting, a lot more encouraging signs for this season. You know, obviously we're going into it this preseason with a stronger team. We have, obviously, we've only taken certain people with us, so yeah, but it's been all right. I think it's been all right. I think the most obviously thing for us is making sure that the team are bonded well, you know, and everything like that. And I'm just seeing the names on the bench and I'm the team list, and it's crazy what I'm seeing right now. So we'll announce the teams in a second. We're looking at Kamara CD at the moment as well. Yep, I'll get into that. That's why we started early today. We'll get into a lot of that. Hey Harvey, I think that is Sandfield left, but I still have his training shirt. Nice. I like Luke Amos. Paul says, "Hey DB, you good, mate?" I'm good, thank you very much. Thank you for tuning in. Right, so look, the big news right now is this, right? So right now, the team news came out obviously a couple of I would say what, 20 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago maybe. I'm just trying to look for it again if I can find it. Just give me 1 second. I need to click on QPR. Right, it's the team news. Charles in goal, Mbenge at right back, Don Edwards at centre back, Kemper at left back, Madsen and Vale, I believe, are playing in the middle with Chair Smith possibly on the wings, where Burrell and Kone both up front, if I'm not mistaken. He could be playing 4-4-2, he could be playing 4-2-3-1, I've no idea. Sub bench, Ward, new signing on the bench, Adamson, Morrison, Clark, so Lakesh, Santos, Isaac, Morgan, Varane, Benny, Poku, and Lloyd. Now, the big issue right now is this. Now, obviously, they haven't said a utter thing about this player, and I'm generally actually a bit concerned now. I look, you guys know me very well. I'm not very big on concerns with certain people if I'm very confident, but you know, obviously there's been certain injuries in our team. You know, obviously we've obviously got Dembele injured coming back, but what I need to know and what I want to know is, where is Collie? And I'm not saying this because of what people are saying. I'm one of them guys that are fans of Collie, and I don't think he was going to be leaving. But where the hell is he? He's not even on the bench. There's no news of his injuries whatsoever. If anybody has any news on Collie, please let us know, because I'm a bit concerned right now why he's not on the bench. So yeah, I would have presumed he would have put him on the bench. You know, we have a lot of players. The only thing I can think of is either he's injured or he's actually, what people are saying, is going to be leaving. I'm not too sure. Too sure. So yeah. Now, obviously, apart from that, you know, the team news is obviously strong enough to say, okay, you know, obviously Tariq Lamptey has obviously signed for QPR last week, just before the QPR v Wickham game. you know, great signing. There is obviously, you know, I'm not going to talk too much about it because obviously there's a video I've done about it in a short. Go check it out if you need to. But there is a big thing. Obviously, he won't be starting until September. Now, I am happy with the signing. I think it's a good move for him just because obviously the level of confidence we're playing at the moment and the level we are at. But the thing is, obviously, injuries. You know, we've got to be careful with them injuries. You know, he has the same injury now as Dembele as an ACL. He is a guy that likes to run a lot and he will be sliding in for tackles. So one thing we've got to be careful with is how we use him all season. So listen, look, I'm happy to sign in. I think it's an absurd, crazy signing for us. You know, I'd never expected it, but it's absolutely phenomenal to see what we're doing in transfer market. You know, we got Tariq Lamptey. We've obviously made some sales. We've got a good squad at the moment in defence. It looks like he's building from back to front. You know, 2 good goalkeepers in. Charles in there and Ward on the bench today. Happy days. Now, obviously, going on from there, big news came out obviously in the last couple of days. Look. So someone announced that someone was spotted at the training ground on Monday against Wickham, and it could have been potentially a new signing. Now, obviously, this guy, everyone thought it would have been the Diakite guy from Spain. But unfortunately, he did play on Tuesday, I believe it was. So I don't think it will be him, and I don't think he will be joining us. I know there was inquiries, but there was bids rejected as well. So right now, the only rumours right now for us is the young gentleman, the 25, 26-year-old with good experience from Oxford United, who had a phenomenal season last season in the Championship for Oxford. An absolutely incredible signing would be for QPR, but there is 2 clubs chasing him, Blackburn and QPR, with some other international teams after him in the Calateran or something like that, I believe it is. I can't pronounce it properly, but a lot of you guys are fans of him. You know, you lot were talking about him last season for sure. But as Foley just said, it looks like Kamara is the one that's coming in at the moment. That's big favourites to be into that squad at the moment. So Kamara, now I only know of him from Rangers personally. You know, I know he's had a great career. He's obviously really released from Arsenal at a young age, and obviously moved on from there to different clubs. You know, Kamara is a very interesting signing. Yeah, he's 30 years old. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not very confident with it. You know, because he's 30. His experience is really important for us, for sure, but he's a deep lying playmaker, and maybe that might work well very much with Maddison. But the problem is, like I said last season, are we playing with a box-to-box with a deep lying, or are we playing a defensive midfielder? So it's hard to say right now in what his strategy is, but we obviously maybe are looking at loaning out some players, some youngsters. Obviously, Archie O'Brien has just gone out on loan from the development squad. Look, I'm not really happy with this loaning. You know, luckily he's only young still at 17, 18. And he's actually just gone to Hampstead, I think it is. So all the best to him. All the best to him before we start this watch along. Let's have a look at your comments, because you lot are going crazy today. Crazy. These videos have been killing it over the pre-season. So obviously Paul, we said DB, you hit 600 subs. Yes, thank you to all of you guys, honestly, man, much appreciate, much love for that. Before we start, hit the like button, subscribe if you can. It does help the channel if you're enjoying the content, and you're all welcome here, honestly. Mick, good to see you in the chat. Santos is on the bench with the vomit sign. I'll be honest, mate, you know, I don't think Santos has proven anything to be the ability of what he wanted, you know, when we brought him in. But always give a guy a chance. Don't hate on him so quickly. Give a guy a chance, because I generally think there's something there, but you know, it depending on if he can play the style of play that Julian wants, you know. Look, at the end of the day, Tariq is gonna be there, the first team right back. But even from then, I've got to applaud one player right now who's, you know, he's kind of proven me wrong this whole this whole preseason, and I think you guys are gonna know who I'm gonna say, and that's Amadou Mbengue. You know, you guys know how much I hate him at right back. You know, defensively absolutely spot on, but when it comes down to attack, he's a shambles. You know, he kind of dives to the ground quite quickly. You know, very struggles pretty much on that wing on the attack, I think, and obviously the crossing was really madness. You know, but you know what? Preseason's been a shining of armor for him because he's had a couple of assists from that right-hand side with the crossing, and he's scored a tremendous goal again. So, you know, all due respect to him, you know, I feel like Julian's meeting has helped him, if that makes sense. So, yeah. But shout outs to obviously Amadou Mbengue for being a great character for the team. So, yeah, absolutely amazing, you know. Do you know what? His character reminds me a lot of Gareth Ainsworth back at QPR younger days. If you don't, Foley and Patrick, all of you guys would remember that how Gareth Ainsworth was a pretty much character at QPR back in the day. You know, you guys can back me on that one. So yeah. Why is he on the bench? Probably to get some game time. Listen, if he was gonna go, he was gonna go as soon as the window opened, but. Look, at the end of the day, like I said, Collie, him, and Dembele were all the ones that were pretty much still at the club. So, yeah. Is a lost cause. Julian chose Santos over Sato. Unless Sato's got a knock, I don't know. I'll be honest, I don't know. H-Football, Heidi B, how are you, H-Football? Good to see you, Ken Wheeler. Good to see you in the chat, Foley. Good to see Charles. Yeah, Charles looks... we also spoke about... we all spoke about Charles last season, but I wouldn't sit here and say he was going to be at QPR. I really thought he was going to be somewhere else, you know, in a bigger club, to be honest. I know that sounds rude for me to say about QPR, but he's a phenomenal keeper, a young talent as well, especially, obviously, Man City signing him. Mick says, I think Collie might be leaving, sadly. There's been no news. Like, I know a lot of people have been saying it through the Twitter posts and stuff like that, but make it sound like I'm an old fogey. Sorry, I do apologize. I'm very young. I don't know why I'm saying Twitter posts like I'm an old fogey. Sorry. Tagana, Collie is leaving. That's why Stefan hasn't included him all pre-season. I just thought he had a knock. That was it, really, Tagana. But thank you for your comment. First says maybe Collie wants more mins, so maybe a loan move on the cards. Possibly, you never know. Sutton is going on loan. That would be good for him, honestly. I really want Sutton to succeed at QPR. Hopefully he goes to Wickham. That would be the best bet. Paul says, yeah, I'm not liking the Collie situation. If Wales sell him, think it's a big mistake from us. If we sell him, it's got to be for a good fee, honestly, because the rules right now in the Championship for the transfer market have changed. So that would be very handy. Scott says, what's happening, bro? Game prediction. Good to see you, Scott. Thanks for tuning in. Game prediction for today. I'm going to sit here and probably say it's going to be a tough game with their squad, which we'll announce in a second. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win. A 2-1 win, you know. I think, you know, Fiorentina ain't going to go in too hard on us. Pause on that one. But, yeah. Foley says, Hulk smash that like button. Cheers, Foley. It's Kamara from Rennes. Kamara is playing for Rennes, technically, but he's actually a local boy from London. So, yeah. Mick says, we need experience in the squad. Our oldest player in the squad is Smith. Flipping neck. Is he 28, 29? Is he? For Chairs, 28, 29 as well. Abdullah, good to see you, mate. Thank you for tuning in. Where do they broadcast Fiorentina QPR? You have to go buy the QPR pass on QPR website. That's what everyone's doing. Foley says, yeah, that Mbengue cross shot, lol, was class. Yeah, Ainsworth was the wild thing. Harvey says, yo, DB, if you had to sign one player from the past QPR, who is the... Come on, man. Honestly, look. Eze's incredible, but for me, it would probably be... It's got to be Tarapt, you know, it's got to be Tarapt. If I could have 23, 24-year-old Tarapt at QPR again, honestly, I would love it. I would genuinely love it. And I think most of you would say the same thing. You know, 23, 24-year-old Tarapt was a gem, was a class signing from Neil Warnock to bring him in back off on loan and make it a permanent signing for 1 million from Tottenham. Harry Redknapp clearly didn't like him, as everyone knows, but what a class signing it was from Neil to bring him in. You know, our Lord and Saviour, as Fury would say. But yes, Fiorentina's team, let's get into that right now. So Fiorentina's team in goal: David De Gea, great goalkeeper there. Dodo, Dragusin, Vieri, Jimenez, Ole, Brassini, Atta, Endor, Goodmanson, and Keane. So listen, look, that squad is strong. That squad is a big squad, a strong squad. So, like I said, the chance of winning this might be difficult, but I hope we give them a good game. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm sorry, minus the attitude. Oh yeah, I was wondering what that Chinese writing was then. Minus the attitude. Listen, look, the attitude was, look, everyone, look, I think, look, in this day and age, right, I feel like Tarap's attitude was less worse than what we see in some players today. So like the Mbappes and stuff like that. So I think Tarap's attitude, obviously, yeah, sometimes it can be really annoying for a QPR fan, but I'd rather have him be the way he is then than he would be as an Mbappe now, you know? Oh god, I need that drink, Jesus Christ. Right. Prediction, guys, come on. I need your predictions. I need your predictions. Come on. What are we saying? What are we saying? What are we saying? I'm going 2-1 QPR. I'm going 2-1. Burrell with 2 goals. 2 goals. Burrell, 2 goals. What are we saying? Come on, boys and girls, if you're in there. What are we saying? What are we saying with predictions? Give us your predictions, people. Yeah, listen, look. I don't know when any signings are going to be announced, but look, Julian and Christian Nuri have done great business again this summer, 100%. Incredible business, you know. 2 great keepers in, you know, to command the box, and you can see the difference already in Wickham Gate under Charles, you know. They're playing a lot more comfortability with pushing more up into the halfway line with every player on the attack. So that's that confidence there, which is brilliant. You know, Boy Kemper and Amadou Mbengue are doing a phenomenal job at the moment on the wings. You know, Ronnie and Jimmy are probably the number ones this season. You know, Liam Morrison has a chance to fight for something there. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, for me, right now, a midfielder needs to come in for sure, and a winger would be great as well. But I would say, I think Nuri has obviously said to him about the youth. He needs to start playing the youth a little bit more. So yeah, that would be interesting. You know, we've got a great team, I honestly believe, where that we should still be building. Yeah, a couple of seasons, hopefully Julian is still with us in the Premier League. So yeah, but we'll see what happens from there. What I also want to bring up is this. So obviously last week it was announced that one of my favorite people at QPR have left, and obviously have sold or given up their share at QPR in Amit Biati. You know, I honestly believe Amit Biati was the face of us getting promoted under Neil Warnock. Honestly, I think where Briatore and Eccleston took a step back a little bit and let him be in charge, it did help us, and I honestly believe he did an incredible job to get us promoted in bringing in Neil Warnock and everything like that. So Amit, all the best, and your consortium, you know, if it is true that, you know, you're going over to Liverpool, all the best. You know, hopefully it helps you guys in whatever way it does. But you did a phenomenal job for QPR, man. So shout outs to Amit Bayati and everyone like that who's done a great job at QPR. But what I would say is this: it's time for Ruben. It's time for you to shine, my friend. It's time for you to shine. You have got what you've wanted for a long time now. You've wanted full ownership, I think it is, of the club. And if it is that you have full ownership of the club, it's time to shine, my friend. Let's see what you could do, because you've been pulling out the magic tricks, I think, with Christian Nuri. So all the best for you. You know, obviously you got your LA, you got your Marinas, and you've also got your QPR. So whatever is going to be a fantastic season, hopefully, and the fantastic years to bring to us, you know, all the best to Ruben as well. You know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we see something from Ruben. Just looking at his comments. Sorry, man. We'll get into this now. H Football says 4-2. Foley says 2-0. Mick says 3-1. Andy, good to see you. Thank you for tuning in. 2-2, he's saying. Desmond, 4-1 QPR against Man United. Well, he's going with a QPR Man United result there. Ryan says, hello, mate. Hello, Ryan. Good to see you, mate. It's been a while. Hopefully, you're okay. Shout out to Ryan. Mick says, we look tight defensively for once. I would sit here and say, yeah, I can agree with that for sure. I can agree with that for sure, definitely. Yeah, we lost a good shareholder for sure. David says, we'll be watching on TV where I can't comment. No worries, my friend. You have fun. You enjoy your game. Yeah, we lost a good shareholder. Hope we get that Oxford midfielder. Ryan says it's gonna be surprising if we do, because obviously if we are after Kamara, look, Tellboy knows a lot about Kamara because he destroyed Celtic quite a bit back in his Rangers days. So yeah. Who's that? Ryan, hope you're well too. Desmond says he'll sell. Ryan, hi Foley, mate, I'm good. Oh right, yeah. Brian the Kids Maker, yeah, that's it. Tellboys, there we go. 5-0 loss for QPR. Thank you, Tell, for your comment, you donut. Did Celtic win the other day? I don't know. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Ruben will sell. I don't know if Ruben will sell. It's actually a good shout, because obviously there has been talks of it, but I don't think it will sell. I don't think Ruben will sell. I think Ruben has wanted the club for a long time, to be honest. Yeah, it's gone. Yeah, it's gone. Surely Kamara wouldn't be a starter though. Listen, look, Kamara is an experienced midfielder, as what Julian would have wanted, you know, but look, I'm still not happy in the sense of that we're looking at a 30-year-old. I thought, you know, we've gone by this now with Isaac Hayden, with Steve Cook and all these players. But listen, look, you know, he did a phenomenal job at Rangers. He's done a phenomenal job at other places. I'm not sure what he's done at Rennes, but it will bring a good mentality into the squad if we do bring Kamara. Obviously, everyone wants the other guy because of his age and what a crazy infrastructure he is. You know, he's tall, you know, strong, and he's a big threat in midfield. And obviously, in them set pieces, he's gonna be a big threat as well, you know, for QPR. And it depends on what we're going to go with. If he goes with 4-4-2, the same as last season. If he goes with 4-3-3, whatever the formation is going to be, we have to support it for quite a little while. You know, we have to see what he does. And when it comes down to the point of October, the end of October, and if we are sitting in a shit position, then, you know, I will be, and obviously agreeing with whoever wants him gone. You know, I don't want him gone personally, because I know what he's capable of. I know what he's done for the team, you know, and he's building his team now. So yeah. What's up, DBTP says, good to see you, mate. Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? All right? I'm all right, mate. How are you? Hopefully you're good. Foley says, I've had a bet that we finish 8th. Got 66-1. You know, I think, who was it that said it? I was watching, you lot might not watch it, but I actually quite like watching the championship thing that Benjamin Bloom does with that other guy. I can't think of his name, and they were all saying Kone is obviously a big shout for top goal scorer next season. You know, I know a lot of people probably say, what the hell, are you kidding me? Luckily Robert is not in here, who would probably say you're having a laugh. But yeah, 66-1 he is to be top goal scorer, so have a look at it. David says new midfielder will come out of the blue. Well, listen, look, Burrell came out of the blue, Tariq Lamptey came out of the blue, and I wouldn't be surprised if somehow some sort of crazy signing. You know, I feel like, you know, it's going to be interesting to see. I would love, you know, I was thinking about it, and, you know, we obviously have well, we have good links at Newcastle United. We have good links at Newcastle United, and it would be interesting if Lewis Miley came to QPR, but you know, that would be a loan signing. So yeah, Ryan Dilks, that's it, Mick, that's it, good man, thank you for letting me know. Yeah, Ryan Dilks mentioned it the other day. He said about Kone being a good shout. I honestly think that Derby County supporter fucking loves QPR. I'll be honest, I think he loves QPR. I think we'll get both Kamara and Oxford midfielder, Ryan says. It's a good shout, it's a good shout. I also think I think so there is another guy that we're interested in to get on loan, and that's that Liverpool guy. So we got a Liverpool guy interested in joining us on loan, so we'll see what happens there. The teams are about to come out, referees are coming out. Maxwell, thank you for tuning in. Come on, Viola baby. Word up says I'd put my money on Edwards before Kone. Oh, listen, we've got I thought it'd be Robert fucking saying that. Jesus Christ. So if Bayati's gone, right, I just realized I'm looking at it on the screen now. If Bayati's gone, are they going to change the stand to a different name then? It should be changed to a different name. If we get both Ryan, that will be good, but just a little worried about the wage bill. Listen, look, I wouldn't worry about the wage bill because I think we've got rid of about 100 grand a week on that wage bill, or maybe more. I think we've got a lot more than 100 grand a week off the wage bill so far. You know, I feel like Laberty is probably 20 to 30 grand a week, and possibly, you know, some others have had a pay rise. You know, 100% Madsen has had a pay rise, signing a new contract, which I haven't brought up, which is a bit of a surprise. So yeah, Madsen did sign a new contract. Great player for Julian, and I honestly think if Julian did leave, I reckon you'd follow him constantly. So yeah, Ryan says Robert 2.0. Ryan, yeah, I understand Foley will be expensive, I imagine. Yeah, I think Madsen would follow Julian if Julian ever left, to be honest. I think Madsen is that guy, you know. I think Burrell might be that guy as well, personally. But look, let's see what the formation is when they come out. And I'm buzzing for this game. I tell you that, I really am. I can't wait. You know, we've got how many weeks left? We've got 2 weeks from today till Millwall at home in the cup. Like, that is going to be a packed out arena. That is technically first game of the season. You know, hopefully we got 2 more signings before that. And yeah, hopefully we can get a good cup run. But 2 weeks to go technically till our season starts. I can't wait. I've missed fucking football. I've missed QPR. I know you lot have. Our fucking World Cup was shit in my opinion. But congratulations to Spain. You know, they deserved it for sure. That freaking Lamina Yamal, what a fucking player he is. Honestly, what a player. But yeah, good to be back. Good to be back. Good to see you guys as well, man. Honestly, man, in the chat. We've missed our conversations. Here they come. QPR coming out. David De Gea there. Jimmy Dunn will know him very well, as everyone will know. They technically were, I would say, teammates at United once, maybe, possibly, if I'm not mistaken, at the right time. If I could be wrong, so yeah. What we got here, David says, what name as well? The money for the stand name has been paid for 11th car. Fair enough, I never knew that. 51 people, smash that like button for DB. Thank you, Foley, thank you. So yes, if you guys could hit that like button, it does help a lot, man. Much appreciated, much love. You guys have been killing the channel over the pre-season. You know, we're doing our best to put the best content out there for you guys. And as consistent as well, you know, and a much love, much appreciation for that as well. So yes, well. What should we say? Shall we? Do you know what? Player to watch for if it happens today. You know, let's go and see if he does. Santos comes on, see what that happens. Goes there. Let's try and. Do you know what? Let's try and hit 30 likes here. How about that? Let's try and get 30 likes for the live stream. That's our target today, 30 likes. If we could hit the 30 like mark, be much appreciated. We go from there. Jesus Christ, I'm looking at this Fiorentina team. It's gonna be mad. It's gonna be mad, honestly. David De Gea in goal. Jeez, David De Gea, man. Right. Let's turn this down so you don't hear the commentary that much. I want to hear the commentary. There we go. Poku is on the bench, so that's a good sign. Anyone see Karim Dembele got a footies? Harrison Clark says that. Is that FIFA we're on about? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Was Lamptey from them? Lamptey played for them last, yes. Where's Sato? I don't know where Sato is. I'm not sure. But he had a good preseason, Ryan. So if there was any talks of him going out on loan, I would not listen to it. He's had a good preseason with QPR. And you guys know I've been praising him since the first game against Vienna. So yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Harrison, man. Right. What happened to the young Brazilian lad? Did he get injured last season? Can't remember. Word up says. Are we talking about Esquidina? Are you Esquidina? Because Esquidina looks like he potentially could be going out on loan. So chats kick off in the next 3 minutes, and you know what? Look. I remember. Look, I don't need Foley to let me know that I'm being a donut. Look, watch, the clock is gonna be on point today. I'm gonna make sure that scoreline is accurate at all times, and if not, Foley, just nudge me, please, or one of you nudge me. And here we go, chair back to Charles, and Charles has pushed up straight away already, gone long to the right. And the quality of the video, QPR need to improve on that, honestly. Has anyone seen the stadium on the Istanbul side? Does anyone know if anything's been finished? What's the crowd like? It's alright, it's not bad. The crowd looks quite busy. Not as much as, obviously, you know, there's going to be only a certain amount of tickets available. So, yeah. They're all sitting in pretty much the main stand. Yeah, still forgot the shirt, DB. To be honest, look, it's really hard to put the shirt there when you got this type of camera on. It's a corner anyway to QPR. Straight away, Harvey Vale whips it in. And it's just going to go out for a throw-in to QPR. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm probably going to get the black shirt. Has anyone gone and got the Guinness shirt? Has anyone got the white Guinness shirt? Yeah, Santos on the bench. Seed, good to see you, mate. Thank you for tuning in, Santos. Oh, Chair's in here in the box. Oh, he's crossed it into Kone. He's fucked up, and Kone's lost it as well. De Gea clears it. Alright, Jimmy Dunn with a header. Gone straight to a Fiorentina player. It would be sensible, Seed, but we can't, unfortunately. He said that, someone said that the contract's already been signed. Jackie Boy says, DB, any news on Jordan James? No, mate, none whatsoever. I don't think it's going to happen, I'll be honest with you, my friend. You know, look, as much as we want to see Jordan James at the club, you got to look at it this way. Depending if he wants to ever join, or if Julian was ever interested in him, or even the wage bill, you know. So, yeah, but right now, Jackie Boy, the only two midfielders are the Oxford United guy, the big Tonka man, and also Kamara. So yeah. Alright, Fiorentina playing the ball across the defensive line. Burrell getting back to help out on the right hand side, and it's going to be a free kick, I think, to someone. I think maybe to QPR. This Liverpool, is it like Chambers? Or yes, Chambers, Jackie Boy. Yes, Chambers. I think it's Chambers. He's very interested. It's a bit weird how that story came out, and then obviously they want to buy a part of Liverpool. You know, crazy stuff there. Right, Charles clears it, and it's gone straight to Boy Kemper. He's gonna have a throw for QPR. Absolutely good ball there. Good vision there from Charles. It's played quickly into the middle to Kone. Chair. And Harvey Vale's pushed up into the middle. It's gone to Mbenge, to Harvey Vale now. Into Burrell, into the box. I wish we had Bale. Burrell, sorry, has lost it there. It's gone straight to Jimmy Dunn. Back out to Amadou and Mbenge on the wing. Good cross in. Chair heads it in there. It's cleared away. Ronnie Edwards on the ball. And this is what I love to see. And this is what I've been telling you for what happened at Wycombe. We've been pushing a lot of more players into that box on the attack. And it looks very impressive. You know, Jimmy Dunn and Ronnie both on the halfway line. Chair whips it into Amadou. Oh, it's unlucky there. Good play. Absolutely good play there. Good to see. Good to see. Your video about Lamperty was good, lol. Passionate even at work. Oh, mate. Well, the short, Foley, the short, honestly. You know, I don't want to do it. I hate doing it because, obviously, not just because I'm at work, because I just don't like doing camera shit, bruv. I hate the camera. I know I do this, but, you know, it's fucking mental. But I did it because, you know what? I want to be serious with this, you guys. You know, you lot are the fans of this channel. You lot make this channel, and you know, the more I do of stuff like that, you guys are gonna love it. So, you know, I did it technically just because, obviously, you know, the channel, where it needs to be and where I want it to go as well, and what I want to do with it. It's just the right thing to do. And I much love Foley, honestly, for letting me know about that video, because you know what, it was a great video. No offense, it was a great video. But I'm just trying to also do more content as well for you guys, man. Honestly, you know, like, as much as I want to fit, like, I got loads and loads of stuff ready to upload, but yeah, it depends on, obviously, editing it and stuff like that, because I do my own editing. So yeah, sorry if I'm rambling a lot, but yeah. Jack Boy says, any news on Harry Amas? I don't think he will be coming to QPR, mate. You know, he's having a phenomenal break with United on pre-season. Oh fuck, Kone's gone down. No, is it Kone? Yeah, Kone has. Is it Kone? Yeah, Kone's gone down here again. That's 3 weeks now. 3 weeks in a row that he's gone down, Kone. Hopefully it's not serious. Yeah, Harry Amas is on loan. No, not on loan. Is at United on pre-season. So I would sit here and say, if any loan moves happen, it's gonna happen at the end of the market, on the summer market. So yeah. Yusef, good to see you, man. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Do you have a site? Just go on to QPR, sign up to QPR, Fiorentina. I don't know if they have it. Just go onto there and go from there, man. It should be on there. It's like £5. Wallow says, health. Salute. Ah, okay. Thank you, Wallow, for the shout out. Cheers, man. Jack Bull says, just already injured, poor lad. Is he? Damn. But it can't be there for long. It can't be for long. Surely it can't be for long. Guys, I've said that already. Word up. I see that video. You had some blonde hair in your beard. What had you been up to? I had a long hair. I admit that. I had long hair. I did. But I think it might have been the sun. I'm not sure. I didn't eat. 100% I didn't eat. But look, I'm getting grey hairs. I'm getting grey hairs, man. Look. I'm getting grey hairs, man. I'm getting old, bro. I'm getting old. So yeah. But you guys loved the video, man, and I appreciate everyone that hit that like button and tuned into it and loved it. Kone's limping here, which is not a good look for us. Seed says, any Fiorentina fans in the chat? There possibly is, mate. There's gotta be. There's 100% gotta be. They're just a bit shy. Yeah, your channel is going places, bro, and we will support you all the way. Cheers, man. Listen, look, I know a lot of people on TikTok. We're on TikTok now, so if you want to go check us on TikTok, Instagram, and all these social media sites, go give it a follow. Honestly, the links, as you can see, left hand corner, just down there. That's all the links there. Go follow, and yeah, keep up to date with everything I say. Like I said, we do gaming as well, so if you're interested in watching some gaming, there you go. Go follow whatever's there and go from there. Kone's off. Alfie Lloyd coming on. Kevin Betsy giving his duties. Good to see Kevin Betsy. Honestly, what a fella, man. What a fella. Where were we? What is the attendance today? I don't know, Patrick, I'll be honest. I'm actually surprised Robert's not in the chat yet. Guys, do you have a... Oh, wait. How many more signings you reckon we bring in? 3 more. I think 3 more is all we need. 3 more is all we need, Jackie boy. 3 more. A midfielder, a winger, and possibly a youngster coming in as well. So, yeah. Bit concerning that he's gone down off the ball 3 times now. Look, Kone's gone down 3 times pretty much in every game in the season, in pre-season. So it's not a good look absolutely whatsoever. He should have been rested, I think. You know, he did go down against Wycombe as well. So yeah. Jack says Justin is apparently missing the start of the season. I'm hoping not for long. Well, says that wasn't your hair, dude. What are you on about? It wasn't my hair. What do you think? I wear a wig? I know I'm losing my hair. I'm wearing a wig. I had a hat on, didn't I? I had a hat on. What the hell? Where is Sutton going out on loan to? It's probably a cat hair. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably a cat hair. I have cats, so on my shirt, obviously, cat hair. And I know what you're probably thinking, you dirty sod, you dirty guy. Forza Viola, thank you for the hospitality. No worries, John. Good to see you in the chat. Thank you for tuning in. Alfie Lloyd on Mick says not looking good for Kone. Yeah, I know, Mick. I know it's really bad. De Gea on the ball at the moment. It is. Kone off, maybe JS won't take the chance. Obviously, he needs to rest him, man. Honestly, he's been down for 3 times, like I said, in 3 games. Bad. Where is Sutton going out on loan to? Seed says, I'm not too sure, but I'm hoping Wickham. I'm hoping Wickham for sure. That'd be a good shout. Jackie Boy says, Kone off already. Yeah, unfortunately. Patrick, QPR, great team to follow if you like grey hair. No worries. David said, interesting to follow J-Sack this season. For fuck's sake, David, you have some fucking great jokes, mate, honestly. Daily Viral Chronic says, is that your real voice? No, it's not. It's soundboard. Of course it is my voice, you clown. Sorry, man. Seed says, bro, what? You're a dirty guy. Listen, you guys are dirty, bruv. Put your minds in there, bruv, in there. Daily, thank you for tuning in anyway, thank you. You could diss me, you could do whatever you want, because I don't need to say shit. How about that? Right, Fiorentina on the ball. Oh, man. Damn it. Too much talking, you guys, too much. Right, Charles on the ball. Let's see what he does today, man. Honestly, I'm very hyped up about this signing. You know, very commanding young goalkeeper, honestly. Ronnie Edwards on the ball. Alright, who's that? Harvey Vale. Harvey Vale playing as a defensive mid. What's going on here? Have you heard about the Serbian player Seed? Seed and David. You guys just try. I'm not falling for it. I'm not getting cancelled. I'm not falling for it. Alright? I'm not falling for it. You lot are dangerous. You lot are meant Isaac, David said. Oh, okay. Oh, sorry, David. Sorry, my apologies. Isaac. I don't know. He's on the bench. Incredible midfielder though. He's on. Oh, chair, Burrell, Alfie Lloyd. That's a penalty, isn't it? No. Fuck. Okay. Yeah, Isaac's on the bench. I think he's on the bench. So it'd be good to see him on soon. Jack was, it looks like a little knock for Kone. Hopefully nothing bad. Good decision from Julian and Kevin. I think Kevin is going to help a lot in this decisions to take certain players off at certain times as well. You know, Kevin Betsy's brilliant. Honestly, he's been phenomenal for the club since he joined with Marty and Xavi back in them days. So yeah. Daily says, no, just genuine question, bro. No diss. That's fine, man. Listen, look, no worries. Listen, look. It's my voice. I don't know what my voice sounds like on here. I'll be honest with you. If you want me to use a sound filter or to just take the piss out myself, I'm more than happy to. So yeah. But look, this is my real voice. It's generally squeaky as fuck. So yeah, I know. Oh, it's a good ball in. Lloyd back to chair. Chair shoots is blocked. Handball in it. No, he's fallen now. We only have one proper midfielder starting, Madsen. What other midfielders do we have? Harvey Vale can play in that role as well, which is pretty decent, but I wouldn't say, you know, he can play a number 8, if that makes sense, a number 8. So yeah. Thoughts on Diego? Is that Jackie Boy, right? If you mentioning the youngster who plays in America that we was meant to sign on a free, I don't know what's happened with him. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what's going on. I think he's too good for QPR, to be honest. So yeah. Alright, Ronnie Edwards sees Burrell on the right there, on the wing. That was a bit weird. It's a throw-in though to Fiorentina. It's a bad head. Kenny Music. Oh, sorry. Kenny Music says I was just supposed to say something else then. You forgot the you, my friend. I almost said something really bad. Wow. No, man, thank you for tuning in anyway. Much love, much appreciation. Fiorentina on the ball at the moment, out wide on the right. Paul Smith pushes out onto the left though. Pete has deleted a message. He says, remember Vale played as a left back for Bristol Rovers, so him. Yeah, look, this is why I like Vale, because he could play anywhere: right back, left mid, right wing, left wing, in midfield. You know, I like him like that. So yeah. Are you expecting more from Vale? 100%. Listen, Vale has been at the club last season, and he's had one of the most productive seasons so far in his career, where he's not had that much injury in one season. This season, if he does really well, like Tariq Lamptey needs to be as well this season with injuries, we have a great midfield, you know, honestly. Hopefully we get a little injury update on players like Dembele, hopefully soon, but you have to... The only way you're going to get that is if people keep pinging it on Twitter. And lower loft and upper loft are absolutely sold out, it looks. It's incredible. It's crazy. So, yeah. Fiorentina just had a corner, but they're still on the ball. Yeah, to get the injury updates, you need to kind of just keep pinging on Twitter at QPR or admin. Just type in admin, what's the injury saying? They'll suddenly do it. They will. Look, I can't sit here and say they're watching my videos, but a lot of people tell me they've got to be, you know, because they go viral on Twitter. So a lot of my posts go viral on Twitter, so someone must be watching. So yeah. Dragosin for Fiorentina. Cheers, Foley. Thank you, much appreciated for that, my friend. Right. Jimmy Dunn winning the ball back. Absolutely brilliant defending there. I'm doing Benga giving it back to Charles. To Ronnie Edwards. I like this. I'm liking the passing at the back. It's a lot better. Spread out. Much more pace. Boy Kemper doing really well there as well. Leading his player in. Madsen on the ball. Into the middle to Chair. Cuts back. Sees Boy Kemper on the left on just above the halfway line. Runs on. 1-2's there. Paul Smith. Good play. Boy Kemper pushing more ahead. Charles, Chair more like. Chair looking up, looking for a player, Madsen. Good patient passing here. Good patient passing. Ronnie Edwards on the halfway line. Sees Harvey Vale, sees Burrell, shoots. What the fuck? That wasn't Burrell, was it? Alfie Lloyd. Do you know what? It looks like Burrell is playing on the right wing and Alfie Lloyd down the middle. So it does look like a 4-3-3. It looks like Madsen, Chair and Vale in midfield. Alfie Lloyd up front. Paul Smith and Burrell on the wings. That's what it's looking like so far. And we're putting pressure on them. 3 players each time they get the ball, which is really good. Genuine new signing from Netherlands. Seed thinks he's got jokes. Listen, I'm not getting cancelled, bro. I'm not fooled out. Look, you do it every stream, bro. Every stream. You ain't catching me out. You might be able to catch Harvey out. Not me, my friend. Not me. Where's Robert, bro? Robert's not even in the chat. He must be at the stadium or something like that today. In fact, I've just realized, have I got the right bring back Chrissy? Which Chrissy are we talking about, Jack? Have we got this correct? I don't know. FLR, FLO. Let's change this to FLO. There we go. FLO. Right, so Amadou and Bengue on the ball. Sees Burrell, sorry. Oh, he gets fouled there. No free kick, though. It's in the box, though. We have a chance. It's cleared away. It's going to be a throw into QPR on our side. Where Queen's Park Rangers, we're on our way back. Adam says. Guess that's a little tune he's saying. We're looking good at the moment, Cuba Ryan says. Willock isn't good enough for us. You know what? Talking of Willock, right? I was thinking this, right? There's 2 tasty players at Cardiff City. The Colwell brothers, right? Maybe we need to look at both of the Colwell brothers. That would be a good signing. Forget Willock. Get Colwell brothers in. That would be a good signing. Colwell in midfield. Ilya Sher with a good cross to Burrell on the right wing and keeps it in. He's nutmegged the player. He uses strength to get it back. Good play. Harvey Vale joins him to help. Amadou and Bengue. Madsen. Back to Mbenge. Can we see one of them wonder crosses today? How many goals do we reckon Amadou and Bengue is going to get this season? From crossing from the right wing. Right, David De Gea getting chased by Ilya Sher, cleared away down the wing, and it's going to be a throw into QPR. I don't know who that is, Seed, my friend, if that is a joke or a real person, so yeah. So this guy's on it today, bro. Oh man. We need to play 4-2-3-1, Jackie says. As long as we don't play 4-4-2, I'm happy. That's the main thing. You know, I've seen Julian when he plays, obviously at Rennes, he plays like a 3 at the back sometimes. Playing 3 at the back is phenomenal for us. You know, 3 at the back is incredible. You know, I've seen him play. I think he beat PSG in the cup final. He switched the lineup to 3 at the back. He did. Right, Paul Smith, Boy Kemper pushes on, whipped in, and it's a good ball in, and unfortunately cleared away. Harvey Vale plays it back, but it's intercepted. It's looking good though against Fiorentina. We should play Ward in the second half to see what he does. Possibly would be a good shout. Bengi will get at least 2. Lolfo says 4 goals. Jackie says. Adam says, how do you feel of the Anthony Joshua fight and Tyson Fury fight? Do you think, bro, these two are dumbasses, bruv. Listen, you know, if you want to talk about boxing, listen, I can't sit here and say I'm an expert at boxing because I don't do boxing, but I have very good knowledge, in my opinion, on Joshua and Tyson Fury. Joshua, to me, you know, is Eddie Howe's moneymaker, if that's the way of saying it. Listen, I would say the boxing game is dead now. Boxing's gone dead, you know. If you're going to support any boxer right now, that's really good. It's probably Usyk. You know, Usyk has been phenomenal to do jump in the weight classes as well. You know, I knew Usyk a little bit in the Olympics, but I wouldn't say I actually acknowledged him that well. When I noticed him is when he beat one of my favorite boxers in Tony Bellew. That was an incredible fight. That fight showed me what Usyk could do. You know, technical boxers are the best boxers in my opinion. You know, one hit wonders only last a little longer, a little bit. So yeah. How many red cards do you think you'll get? Oh, hopefully 0. Hopefully 0. We should sign the guy from PSV. Wow, dude, see, you're a troll, bruv. Any news on Kone injury? No, not at the moment, Nat. Not at the moment. They won't announce it until the end of the game, I'll be honest with you. Fiorentina headed it in, and it's cleared away. It's going to be a corner to Fiorentina. Fiorentina. Am I saying, listen, look, am I saying this right? Where is he? Who is John? I believe you're a Fiorentina fan. Can you tell me if I'm saying Fiorentina right, or am I just trying to pronounce it a bit too much? We need to have a look at Lewis Miley. I said that, Jack. I said that. On loan would be a good shout, but his wages are too high and they're not going to let him go because the way Newcastle work at the moment is going to affect them in a big run. Norris, much appreciated. Thank you for tuning in. Ryan says all the QPR fans chanting Peter. Damn, I didn't hear that, Ryan. Are you at the game? Damn, I didn't hear that. I don't hear nothing. Cheers, John. Thank you, man. Thank you for letting me know. Much appreciated. Tariq in the stands, or surely he will be for sure. You know, he'll be sitting there, watching the game. You know, looking ahead to see what his competition is with Mbenge. You know, Mbenge, I'm hoping gets a couple of. You know, Mbenge is probably gonna be first team at the start, and probably will end up being a centre back eventually. You know, so yeah. Seated 100 probably in hospitality with his family and Christian Nuri. Probably. You know how Christian Nuri is. Always treating these players with the best hospitality ever. You know, to be honest, we have a great... someone said it the other day about the liaison or whatever her name is. I can't remember her name, but apparently we have a really good liaison. So yeah, I don't know what makes a good liaison, but yeah. Burrell getting passed on the right wing into the box, and it's going to be a goal kick to Fiorentina. Was Kamara the one who was spotted at the training ground with blonde hair? I know there was a lot of noise on Twitter. Yeah, Ryan, look, I don't know. I never saw it. Like, I only watched glimpses of the game, to be honest. I never saw who it was. Look, at the end of the day, if it was, it was. But it's a bit weird how it's taken a long time to announce, if that is the case. I wouldn't say it's the young 22-year midfielder from Spain, just because he was in the squad against Leicester. He was on the next day, so yeah. Jackie Boy says, bring back Tim. Tim? Who's Tim? I don't know who Tim is. It's going to be a throw into Fiorentina. Yeah, a lot of fans are giving some grief to someone here. Jackie Boy Tim is now being linked to Man United and stuff. No shot, we got him. Tim, I don't know who Tim is. Who's Tim? Oh, okay. Oh, that bruv, we ain't signing him. Listen, a great midfielder, but he will never come to us. Yeah, it did say that, Jackie Boy, that Kamara's been at Loftus Road. But, yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, good interception there, Harvey Vale. And another interception from Fiorentina is going to be thrown to QPR for the first 25 minutes. And I'm hoping there's no fucking... oh, if there's going to be a hydration break, I'm going to go mental. Medical problem, maybe. I'm not too sure if it's a medical problem or what. You know, I know that he's still a Rennes player, really. So maybe it's something to do with that. Maybe they just can't announce it until something's been accepted, a bid, maybe. I'm not sure. Tim Irabunum, if that is his name, was really good for us, to be honest. But at the time, he was young, growing into the squad. Right, Jimmy Dunn, Ronnie Edwards on the ball. Both of them are pushed up yet again. Absolutely, oh, for God's sake. I'm going to have to sort this out. Hang on. Give me a second. I'm going to stand up. Carr's only got 4 injuries in his whole career at the age of 30. Not bad, I best. Core, what's... I don't know what. Oh, wait, hang on. Hang on. Boy Kemper. Oh, what's he done? Is that offside? Burrell gets... it's a bad ball. Hang on. I will respond to all your comments in a second. Amadou... Oh, he's just tripped over the ball. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dell. Dell, I don't know what's happening with him, to be honest. Yeah, that's pretty much seed what says that Tim will never come back to the championship. He's too good. He's brilliant, man. Tim is really good. You know, look, I'm not saying that he's too good for us, but he got to remember, you know, he struggled obviously to get game time at Everton, but he's still a great young talent. You know, he might not even be young anymore, to be honest. De Gea on the ball, comfortable save. No hydration break, 26 minutes gone. I haven't seen any hydration breaks, so that's pretty good. I don't know if that's me being positive or negative. I might get a lot of negative responses on that one. Just seeing on Twitter to see if there's anything that I can see. Someone's actually just said the same thing about the stand, the Amit stand. So yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Woo! Damn. We need to have a look at Jordan James. I could get him on, but it's going to be hard because of look, we don't make that much money. You know, wage-wise, I don't know what he's on, but it's also he's probably going to be worth 10 to 15 million at least. I think a lot of people saying 8, but I think Jordan James is going to, with how the transfer market is at the moment, you know, it's going to be rated highly. So yeah. What is it? What is it called now? The stand. The stand's called the Amit Bayati stand or the Bayati stand or something like that. So yeah, any news on Jamie Allen? No idea, Jackie. No idea. I don't think Jamie. I think that's gone. That I think most of them have finished now. You know, look, we've signed. Oh, hang on, hang on. Give us a second. Chair on the ball. Chair, what are you gonna do with it? Sees Paul Smith. Paul Smith cuts in on his right. It's a penalty. Is it? It's penalty. We got our first penalty. Jeez, come on. He's having a word with him as well. Fucking hell. Jamie, I'm not sure what's going on with Jamie. I think that's out the window now. Tim still switches off for periods in games. Fo says, what would be James' wage request? Though it'd be quite a few bit, I think. So yeah. It's a penalty, people. We have a penalty, and Madsen, big man Madsen's gonna take. Big man Madsen is taking. So, this is interesting. Penalty. Can Madsen finish it? Can Madsen get us 1-0 ahead against Fiorentina? Can we beat a giant like United? Are they a giant like United? I don't know, but they're a big team. They're a big team. So, yeah. Alright, Madsen steps up. Referee's telling everyone to get out of the box. Whistle is blown. He's taking his time. He runs forward, shoots, and it's 1-0! Come on! Madsen with a goal. Great penalty to the right-hand side. De Gea going to his right, which is our left, technically. So, yeah. But, great goal. Absolutely buzzing. Well, I'm not buzzing yet, but, yeah. Listen, good start. We've been really good this game. Honestly, been really good. I've liked how we've been playing. It's not phenomenal. It's not phenomenal. But it's okay. It's a lot better than the Austria games. You know, we look very good on the attack. We're pushing forward a lot more than we were last season. I know it's pre-season, not to get too excited. But listen, look, I like to see us play well at home. You know, like I said last season, this season, we definitely, like I said last season, we need to make sure Loftus Road is our fortress. Sorry, I was chatting away there, Foley. My bad. I was chatting away. Right, 1-0 anyway. QPR, Madsen with the goal from the penalty spot. Absolutely great play by Chair and Smith there to get the penalty. Mick says there, obviously. Nick says, hi to me, sorry to be late. I heard news that Kone got taken off. Anything serious? Look, he's obviously been off now, and obviously he's been down in each three preseason games. So yeah, I don't know what's wrong with him. They're saying he's okay. They haven't said anything today's injury or whatever, but hopefully it's not so bad. You know, but he was limping off, so it doesn't look great. So yeah, it could be something to do with possibly just bruising in the last couple of weeks, and obviously they don't see it as a big problem. So yeah, I'm not sure. Ryan says, random question, but did you rate Jamie Mackie? 100%. When he came in, I knew he was going to do well for the club. Gary Hill says, you are. Thank you for tuning in. Nick, obviously to your question, yeah, I thank you for tuning in. You don't need to apologize for being late. You know that, mate, Nick. But yeah, to your question, I don't know. Oh shit, Fiorentina. Oh, lucky them, they fucked that up. But yeah, to your question, I'm not too sure. I'll be honest with you, mate. I'm not too sure. I don't even think they will announce it personally. So yeah. Guys, we're almost at 20 likes. We're at 16 at the moment. If you could hit that like button, be much appreciated, much love. We're trying to hit 30 likes in this stream. If you could do that, be much appreciated. It is free. But yeah, 30 likes, people. Let's get there. Come on, let's go. We can do it. Right, Charles with a bad pass there, actually, for the first time. He's on the ball, though. He's come back to him. Had my season ticket around his time. He was a pleasure to watch. I did too. Lower Loft, Jamie Mackey's first season, first goal at the club. I remember the 4-1 win at home. I think it was 4-1, if I'm not mistaken. Jamie Mackey, I think it was, who else? It was Heider Helgeson. I can't remember the other names as well. I know it was a great game though. Adele Trapp, that was it. Jackie Bull says, "Call. What's Reggie Cannon up to these days?" I'm not. I think he's in America. I'm not too sure. I think he went back to America. Preston Charles, great passing. Nick says, "Who scored?" Jack says it was Madsen. Nicholas Madsen on the penalty. 80 says done. R block for me. Ryan says, yeah, look, R block. A lot of people go to the R block because obviously it's the main area for the fans. You know, that's where our core is. That's where people go. You know, the next stand I would say is probably lower loft and the upper loft, but that whole area there is pretty much noisy as hell. Jackie says, any news on George Murphy? That is a great shout, and I know why you're bringing up these guys, because obviously we've been linked with them. But George Murphy, you got to remember who he plays for, right? So it's a free kick to Fiorentina there. So George Murphy plays for West Ham, and you got to remember West Ham got relegated. They will use him. You know, George Murphy's a very good player, and he will do well in the Championship. You know, he's had Premiership performances, but listen, look, he won't come to QPR. They won't let him on loan, because I honestly believe he'll do well this season under West Ham. So yeah, it's a free kick anyway to Fiorentina in a dangerous spot. But yeah. Lee, good to see you, mate. Back from work, just turned on watching live on the internet with audio muted, listening to you. Norris Lee, much appreciated, much love, thank you, man. Gary Hill says MU block, old git. No worries, look, my friend, no worries, man, no worries. Listen, we're all getting old, man. We're all getting old. Well, we got our usual commentary back at QPR. Good Tyler Morris, legend, not obviously now, and doing very well in my big ups to Tyler Morris, the commentator of QPR. You know, he's doing really well. He's doing Sky Sports punditry now, commentary I should say, not punditry yet, but listen, he's doing really well for himself. So shout out to Tyler Morris, man. Honestly, doing really well, and all the best to him. And obviously you got Mr. Andy Sinton, who's on there as well. The duo, the magic duo that we get to hear on a Saturday afternoon. Well, I get to hear him. I don't know if you guys rather hear me, but yeah. P-Block used to be the one. Yes, I'm going to struggle to pronounce this, my friend, so please do not be offended. I'm going to say Yano at the end of that, so yeah. Ryan says, I hope Tyler sticks around. He's quality. Tyler's amazing, man. Honestly, Tyler is good. Look, he's killing it, man. Honestly, look, you know, obviously I can't remember who the other guy was, but yeah, Madsen's coming off. What? Varane's coming on. Why is Madsen coming off? Is he injured? Oh, for God's sake! If he's injured as well, we at Loftus Road have a curse, man. Loftus Road has a curse, honestly. Luis Fernando, thank you for tuning in. I'm sorry, I don't know. Do I have translator? Fans in the first half, Fior. The Nick says the Varane on. Did anyone see if Madsen went down or anything like that? I don't know. I never saw it. I didn't see anything, to be honest. So yeah, it looks like Varane's on for Madsen. They took the camera off of him going off. So yeah. Goal? Question mark. QPR scored. No goal for Fiorentina, my friend. Hopefully it's just rotation. If he's gone straight down the tunnel, then it's not a good look. It's a good play there by Mbenge to Burrell. Burrell on the right wing today. Looking really good on the right, to be honest. Crosses it in. And it's gone straight to Paul Smith, who, Boy Kemper gets it back. Oh, great play by them two. Ilya Shea getting involved. What can Cherwood do with it? He's got Boy Kemper. Sees Paul Smith in the middle. It's a bad touch, though, by Paul. It's a free kick for Fiorentina, though. Matt Ryan says Madsen went down, punched the ground in angle, could be bad. Shit, that's not good for our season. That's not a good look. If it's his hamstring, it's not a good look. Look, there's 2 weeks to go till season starts. He might be out for the season, or the start of the season, I should say, not this season. So yeah, if that is the case, not good, man, honestly. Hi, mate, where are you watching? On the QPR website, you can pay £5 for the game on the QPR website to watch this live. So yeah, or Fiorentina, I'm not too sure if they're doing it, but yeah. Lee says performance coaches like to give players limited minutes. Maybe why Madsen went off. I don't know. Maybe that's why he was pissed off. But oh, go on, leave him to it. What are you doing, Lloyd? Oh, 2-0. Boy Kemper getting his first goal for QPR. What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! Oh man, Jesus Christ! I thought Alfie Lloyd fucked it for him. I thought Alfie Lloyd fucked it. But it's 2-0. Kemper scoring his first goal. Oh, this is a great game. What a great game. Hopefully we get to see more of these during the rest of the season. But boy, Kemper, I told you, I did say we have the way Julian wants to play. I'm studying it every time. Inside fullbacks and outside fullbacks. That's what he wants. He wants someone to play as a wing back and as an inside wing back. So yeah. But Alfie Lloyd, Varane, it was not Alfie Lloyd. My apologies, Alfie Lloyd. It was actually Varane that got in the way. But it's gone into the bottom corner. And boy, oh boy, David says, has scored. That's actually a good chant there. We might use that. Right, where was we before the goal went in? Right, I need to catch back on these comments. Lee just deleted the tweet. Nick says, yeah, he was banging the ground with his hand. Hopefully not so shit. That's bad. Pronounce, yes, you are. Okay. Like I said, I try my best, my friend. You know, okay, if it's okay. Yeshuk? Is it Yeshuk? Yeshuk Noi, not Yeshuk Noi or not? If it's that, I do apologize if it's wrong. So yeah, I swear we have an injury curse. At Loftus Road for sure we do, 100%. Foley, sorry mate, I know 2-0. Sorry my friend. DB got to go to work, been called in, but great stream. Noise, Foley, thanks for tuning in, mate. Much love. Hopefully you have a good stream, good work day, I guess. Did Cody go straight down the tunnel? I'm not too sure, Jackie. 2-0, Kemper. Kemper is our starting left back. He will be, for sure. Big class so far. Jack says, Kone and now Nico, when's the curse going to end? Did both go straight down the tunnel? I'm not too sure. I know, obviously, Koenig was limped off with help, so yeah. So he says, same Fiorentina that beat Juventus. Is it? Well, Juventus haven't really been great for a long time. Let's be honest here, yeah? Cheers, Yesh. Much love. Thank you for that, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's in that drink? Might be vodka. Only joking. How's Madsen? I'm not too sure. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, man. Fucking hell. What's in that drink? Oh, man. Harrison Clark, how's Madsen? I'm not too sure, my fucking hell. Oh man. Damn. Madsen the same as Kone DB. I had to have help. Oh shit. Damn, it's got down the wrong hole. Madsen the same. I don't know if it's hamstring related, muscular related, as long as it's not ACL or fucking anything that serious, then yeah. Oh, I'm an idiot, bruv. I'm an absolute fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. Okay, nice, mate. Thank you for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know, man. Oh man, that's funny. Oh shit, Madsen needed help as well. Yeah, it's not great. They're not good look. So 2 first-team players have gone off. Oh, not the best. Not the best. You know, transfer market is going to be needed, and we're probably going to see some signings coming probably. So yeah, we need some more signings, I think. You know, there's a curse at Loftus Road. There's a curse at Loftus Road. That's probably why they tried to change it to mat trade, you know. Alright, 42 minutes gone, almost half time. We're leading 2-0. Been a great game, but Fiorentina are pushing forward. You know, do I think they're being serious with it? Of course they're not. Look, let's not get too big on it. You know, I know we beat United a couple of seasons ago at home with a good result, but look, it's down to, like, obviously, look, some teams just don't go too serious on pre-season, but right now we're looking good. We're not even, I would say, even our being top performances at the moment. So yeah, but Burrell wins the ball back, pushing into their half, cuts into the middle, sees Iliasher, who leaves it. Great play. Paul Smith, he's open here. Paul Smith shoots, and it's just finessed way over the bar there. Good thinking, but I think Boy Camper would have been a better choice to pass it to. So yeah, Seed says, remember Kamara was a key player for Leeds when they got third in the championship. I didn't know that. Any leg injury, you take the weight off of it, David says. The problem is with the curse is called Ben Williams, that says. I don't know what's going on, why we're playing these players, to be honest. If they've had knocks already, it makes no sense. It's pre-season. You want them to be fit for the first game of the season. You know, Madsen's key to our success, I reckon. And if he's out, then what are we going to do? You know, Kamara is obviously going to be coming in to fix that. Alright, it's played back to David De Gea. 1 minute till added time, whether there is going to be added time. Interested in seeing people saying that Kone collapsed. Freaking hell. I'm going to have to look on Twitter at half time to have a look to see what it's saying. Let's change that. Alright, Fiorentina on the ball. Oh, it's a great save, Charles. Ah, just unlucky to get to the second one, but it's 2-1. It's good to see Charles actually getting down for that, to be honest. What a save it was, the first one. Bad defending by QPR, but it's a great save for Charles. Unfortunately, couldn't get to the second shot. But great to see what we're seeing. You know, I want to see Charles get tested. I do. I really do. And when I say tested, I mean shots, not fucking drugs, mate. So yeah. But 2-1. And yeah, let's see what halftime is saying. Halftime will be soon. And it's halftime now. So interesting first half. QPR leading 2-1 at halftime. Let's pause the scoreboard. Pause, second half reset, and obviously let's go back to that. So yeah, 2-1 QPR. QPR have been pretty much a good team today. I wouldn't say they've been great, but the passing has been a lot better since coming back from Austria. You know, he hasn't really been putting the youngsters on, but look, you know, it's been great play for, you know, the first goal was obviously a penalty. And, you know, right now I'm seeing some different things that Julian's trying, and it's been pretty decent. Obviously, you know, the second goal, Boy Kemper scoring, good goal that was. But all goals have come from technically, I would say the middle of the park, where we want to see good goals scored from, as in not set plays, but plays that are pretty much looking like a striker's finish kind of thing, if that makes sense. So down the middle. So look, we're looking good. We're looking okay. The negatives right now is what, like Mickey says, Madsen and Kone have gone down and have been subbed for injury. Hopefully it's not serious, but the way that everyone's explaining it and how they've gone down, it could be really concerning for QPR's season at the start. So yeah, but positive news, look, we're in the lead. Obviously Fiorentina did score. I'm not too sure who the goal scorer was for Fiorentina, but we did see Charles make some save to test him out, see what he's like. It was a brilliant first save, but the second he just couldn't get to there. It was very bad defending in my opinion. But like I said, a goalkeeper can only be as good as defense, and I say that all the time, people. And I said this with Joe Walsh, Paul Nardi as well. So yeah, Paul defending. Paul says Charles mistake, unlucky. Jackie says people already saying on Twitter our season is on. For God's sake, look, people on Twitter are so dramatic. Look, there's certain people I'll tell you right now not to listen to who do QPR stuff, but look, it's up to you if you want to listen to them, you know. Who scored for Fiorentina? Art says, I'm not too sure who it was, actually. I'm not too sure. I'll be honest, I don't know the names of the guys, so I'd have to look. So, does anyone know who scored for Fiorentina? Oh my god, do you know what? I'm looking at a comment. I need to come off Twitter, man. It's so negative, man. Honestly, so negative. Atta. So John Cazzetti has said Atta art. So Atta scored. It was just a tap in. It was from a first shot. He's worth 30 million. Jesus Christ. Damn. Coney and Madsen injured. Seed says, do you think Eze will come back one day? If we go Premier League and he's in his 30s and no one wants him, then yeah, you probably would. But depending on wage as well, you got to look at it that way. Nick says, normally I would say nice to see Poku, but the way we're getting injuries, I don't know now. It's very hard to obviously, you know, I don't want to think it, but you're right. You got to think it. It's a very good tap in though. It's a good follow-up. If the Atta is a very good follow-up. So signing for 30 million is what John's saying to the Fiorentina fan. Thank you, everyone. Give a big shout out to John for tuning in, man. Honestly, you know, I love it when obviously the away fans come and tune in with us. You know, we're a loving, supporting family over here, man. So yeah, thank you for tuning in, man, John, and thank you for giving me that information as well, man. So heads up to you, shouts to you. Seed says, name the people who we shouldn't listen to. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not getting in trouble on stream. Jack says, yeah, the people on there are so dumb. Listen, look, I won't say the negative, but I'll say the positive. Seed, I would say the only ones that I would probably focus on, I'd be honest, I don't really listen to anyone on QPR because technically it's like competition. But, you know, if I was me, the only two people that I would sit here and say that are the big content creators of QPR are Hoopsar and the R's guy, all about the R's, I think it is, or something like that. You know, those two guys are the biggest QPR content creators out there. So I would just say watch them and listen to them. But there's people on Twitter that just say a lot of shit and obviously do just, I don't know, they're just too negative, you know, and I don't really listen to it, you know. It's just noise to me. So yeah. W John, the people on there. Yeah, I know Jackie Boy. I know Hoops is good, man. Look, he does his thing, man. He does his thing. You know, he gets the interviews and clearly has got the ability to do a great interview. You know. Maybe QPR could be a second team, John. Well, that depends. So yeah. Bavor. Right, listen, let's look on Twitter anyway to see what's been saying. So, 5 minutes, Kone off injured, old Joy, and he's been obviously holded off. Madsen versus David De Gea. Up the R's, I said Kone and Madsen off injured. Yeah, nice. Right, this is one negative one which I will never listen to. Stefan Bull. Charles' distribution is an absolute joke. I don't know what you're talking about, honestly. What? Don't know what you're talking about. That's BDK gone then. So someone, Oxford, BDK is gone apparently in 1 hour ago. So I'm not too sure what that's about. So BDK is not even on the team, I'm guessing, for Oxford today, 1 hour ago. Someone has commented on it, so already. Trying to see what else is there. Oh my god, jeez, what the fuck am I looking at? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just some negative stuff on Twitter, which I wouldn't listen to personally. But I'm not gonna say who not to listen to because it's up to you, man. It's up to you. Bumped into both Hoopsa and All About the R's at Watford away last season. Harrison Clark says. Jackie Boy says Geezer's lost it. Mate, honestly, look, at the end of the day, listen, look, unless you're watching the full game, if you're at the stadium, if you're watching the game live at the stadium, cool. But look, as far as I'm aware, is what I've seen from Charles today. Look, you know, I'm not saying every pass is gonna be 100% perfect, but he looks good for QPR. He does. He looks good. You and Hoopsa should collapse. He says. I'll be honest, I'm not very good at collabing. I'll be honest with you. I know a lot of people have said that I should, but I wouldn't collab unless they want to collab, if that makes sense, you know. I'm not the type of person to beg for a collab. I'm doing my own shit here, my own project, but, you know, I do look at their stuff here and there. You know, they're doing good for themselves, and I watch a bit of their stuff, like I said, just to see what's going on in the world of QPR. But look, they do their own thing, man. They do their own thing. Like, at the end of the day, we're doing our own thing over here, and yeah, maybe one day, you never know. We'll see what happens. But right now, I think right now it's just growing. The channel's growing, and that's what the aim is, just to get the channel growing. So yeah, like says, the French aren't helping our case, our cause, target. They aren't helping our cause. You know what I mean? The government are using football as a means for multiculturalism, which is death to our fans. I have no idea what you're on about. I don't know what that means. Seed says you're the only QPR fan who does proper watchalongs. Yeah, I do watchalongs, but you look, that's because if you look at it this way, Seed, right? If you look at it this way, you know, the R's guy goes to the games, he does, and does match reactions and match previews and stuff like that. And then you have Hoopsa, who does reports, but he goes to the games as well, and he just does match previews and match reactions, which is still something. Obviously, I do watch-alongs because I think it's better, you know. I love to go to QPR. I love to try and get a ticket, but because I'm doing this now, I would feel so like I'm missing something. This is what makes my week, you know, just jumping online on stream, doing this with you guys, you know. And yeah, look, at the end of the day, everyone has their different thing that they do. You know, one day maybe we might do a live, well, I don't think we can do a live stream at a football match, but one day we might end up going to some games and might end up missing some watch-alongs and doing that. So yeah, Jackie boy, I don't go to the games that much. I would love to, but I think doing this has been pretty much my life. You know, this sums up pretty much everything right now. You know, this is for me something that I really love doing, and if it means pretty much not going to the ground, then cool, it has to be done. It has to be done. So yeah, lie, stop please, you're upsetting people, man. I don't know what you mean, to be honest, but yeah. So yeah, Jackie says, I've read that. Do you think 4-3-3 will be our preferred formation now instead of 4-4-2? It can change all the time. Look, Julian loves to change things constantly. He does. But at the end of the day, as long as we have a Julian has a way of what he does on the pitch. You know, 4-3-3 is his actual formation, but he tends to change it to something that he can be more comfortable with, that he thinks is good for the team. Obviously, he might use a 4-4-2, but at the end of the day, it might not be a 4-4-2 on the attack. It might be something else. You know, on the defensive ability, it's actually a 5 at the back. So, you know, it changes depending on what his formation is on the day. You know, 4-3-3, 4-4-2... whatever it is. So yeah, like, it depends. Look, at the end of the day, I'm like you guys, I'm not a really big fan of 4-4-2, but I think it's majority of comfortability for him, where it's like, if he doesn't trust something, then that's where it comes down to pretty much, all right, we got to do something here. You know, he's the head coach, he has to make the decisions, the tough calls, but now he's got Kevin Betsy on his assistant. Kevin Betsy's probably going to be a helping hand as well. So yeah. I'm just seeing so much freaking negativity on Twitter right now. This is why I tried to stay off Twitter. It's freaking mental, bruv. Absolutely mental. I genuinely just can't wait till the season starts. Millwall is going to be a game, a busy Loftus Road. It is. Let's have a look on here, what we got here. What have we got? So we're at 23 likes at the moment, people. If we can hit that like button, it helps a lot. Obviously, we're trying to hit the 30 like mark today. If you could do that, much appreciation. It is free. So yeah, if we can get to 30 likes, be much love, much appreciated for that. And yeah, it should be the second half soon. Anything no one wants to say anything 4-4-2 away from, I've read that already. There was something I was going to say actually, and I've genuinely just forgot about it. I really have. There's no news on QPR on Twitter. Let's have a look actually. QPR. That white Guinness shirt. Did anyone actually get it? Trying to see what we got here. So if we do get 2 midfielders in BDK and Kamara, what's our thoughts on that? Do we actually think that's a good shout? 2 midfielders, being a decent half for us. Expect conceding that goal. That's not the negative part, Paul. The negative part is the 2 injuries. That's the negative part. I would love to know what injuries they are. Jack Boy says, I think Coney has a hamstring injury. I think both of them are pretty much hamstrings. I'm not too sure. Well, Fiorentina are out. I'm hoping it's not too serious, but we hopefully will get some news in the second half, at the end of the second half. So yeah. Right. Come on, QPR, get your asses out. I think Ward just come out there. I'm not too sure. I thought Ward just come out. Apparently BDK gone. What, from Oxford or gone where? Well, so the rumor is on Twitter right now is that BDK is gone from, because he's not playing for Oxford. He's not playing for Oxford right now. So Oxford are playing right now. They are. Right, here they come. Let's Oxford. Let's type in Oxford on Twitter. See what happens. Well, I don't think he's coming to QPR personally, because it's been quiet for the last couple of days now, hasn't it? So I don't know if he's coming to QPR. We should sign Aaron. I have no idea who that is, unfortunately. Jack, apparently he's gone. That's what people on Twitter are saying. Yeah, but is he gone in the sense of gone to QPR, or is he gone in the sense of to Blackburn or to someone else? Paul Smith having a bit of a hug there with one of the Fiorentina players there, right back. Hamstring could be 3 to 6 weeks, depending on how severe. Yeah, very true. Nick says. All right, second half about to start. Fiorentina to kick it off. Lamberty is not on the bench, Harrison. He's injured till the end of September or the start of September. He is just recovering in the same predicament as Moussa Dembele and ACL injuries. And here we go, second half on the way. Fiorentina give it back to David De Gea, who's up there. All right, we've cleared it into the middle of the pitch, and it's... Is it Charles still in goal, or is there a sub? It looks... I don't want to judge too quickly. I don't want to judge too quickly. Did anyone see if was there any subs? Is that Ward in goal or Charles? Does anyone know? Where do I think Kieran says, where do we think we'll finish it? I think we'll finish in the top 8. Top 10, sorry, top 10. I should say top 10. That would be the best bet, top 10. So yeah, I would say top 10. Varane to Amadou Mbengue. Plays it back to Jimmy Dunn. Alright, it looks like Ward's in goal. It looks like Ward's been put in goal for the second half. Alright, Jimmy Dunn on the ball. So it looks like it's just the goalkeeper's probably changed. So Burrell's playing on the right. Mick, it looks like Ward, right? It does look like Ward. So I think Ward's in goal. I think Charles has come off. Ward's given the second half. You got Chair, Vale and Varane in the middle, with Alfie Lloyd up front, Burrell and Paul Smith on the wings. Boy Kemper and Amadou Mbengue on the wings, on the back, and Jimmy Dunn and obviously Thingy at the back, and Ronnie Edwards. Appreciate you doing these watch-alongs as I can't go to games myself due to living and working abroad for the past few years. Thanks to me. No worries, Andy Gates. You're much appreciated, man. I know we've spoken quite a bit over the last couple of watch-alongs. So yeah, listen, look, at the end of the day, oh shit, Fiorentina. Ward, good call, good offside call there. Ward done well there. Yeah, look, we're pretty much live every watch-along. We are every match now. Unless work decides to say fuck off, get into work. So yeah, but we're usually off for every watch along, so we're live, and we're also doing the news now. We're also doing reporting the news and whatever ideas on. So for example, we have our live stream tomorrow, so look, you're getting a couple of good live streams this week again, and you'll get probably a couple of good live streams when the season starts as well. So we'll always keep Sunday as our latest news, our podcast, as everyone says it. So for us guys, just to chat about what's going on at QPR and all the news that's going on. So Sundays, like I said, 7 p.m. we'll be live tomorrow, 7 p.m. That will stay completely now. That is locked in. Everyone is tuned in and loving it. So yeah, we're gonna keep that there. And so yeah, not just the watch-alongs. If you're tuning in on a Sunday, 7 p.m. English time, we'll be live for that. I'm still debating whether to do it on a Wednesday as well. We'll see what happens. But, you know, there will be videos out as well with over what we put out. So pretty much this whole season is going to be our grind, our work on the channel. So yeah. And you never know, if we go Premier League, we'll see what happens. But shout out to Andy. Thank you for tuning in. Jack says, what is going on? Apparently Kone headbutted someone. Apparently Nico got stepped on. If it is that's the case, and hopefully it's not too serious. QPR will cross it in, and it's cleared away by Fiorentina. Justin is injured, Jackie Boy says. Yeah, but it's not a serious injury. It's just a little knock, I believe. Bengue, good cross in. Alfie Lloyd heads it. And it's another great cross by Amadou. But it's going to be a free kick to QPR, to Fiorentina. Alfie Lloyd headbutting his player. Right. Oh, sorry, people. Jeez. Right. David De Gea on the ball. I think it is. It doesn't look like David De Gea, actually. It looks like someone else. It might be someone else. It might not be David De Gea. Jimmy Dunn headering it. Amadou Mbengue chasing it. Alright, gives it to Burrell. And do you know what? Burrell, I discussed this last season about Burrell playing on the wing. And he's actually done a really good job on the right wing, he has, you know. You know, it looks like Alfie Lloyd might even be given a chance this season up front, you know. So that might be a good shout. You know, Obuku, Kone available, hopefully. You know, Sellers obviously gone to FC Basel. So yeah, Collie, I don't know what's going on with him yet. So if he's putting Alfie Lloyd ahead of Collie, that's going to be a crazy one for fans. It is Share on the ball, loses it. And it's a good challenge there by Ronnie Edwards to win it back. And the defending has been really good today, in the sense of tackling wise. But in the box, it's not been great. Varane sees Chair. Hopefully Varane, we can see the best Varane version this season. I know he had a struggle last season, but hopefully that changes. Amadou Mbengue on the ball. The passing's brilliant. Look, the passing is so patient and on precision and precise. So much so, yeah. Justin, low-key thinking we need a new striker now. Oh, nearly. Corner QPR. I see that low-key. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll probably see what happens in the market. You know, if it's a serious injury, then it makes sense. But listen, look, the likely chances are we have other players that we could put up front. So yeah. Loan out Lloyd, Jackie says. Jackie also says apparently Alfie Lloyd has rejected 2 loan offers. Don't know who though. It's probably Lincoln and somebody else. He probably wants Championship football. That's probably what it is. He's done his bizzo, got promoted with Lincoln, and I think he generally would have preferred to go back to Lincoln, but I don't know. Whipped in chair, headed, and Jimmy Dunn, good save, whoever that is in goal for Fiorentina. And they're on the counter-attack here, on the wing, Varane watching him. And it's a good play by Varane there to watch his man. Fiorentina pushed back. It's a good game. Looks very interesting. Alright, Fiorentina playing in 1-2s here very nicely into our area. Played out to the right wing, is it? No, crossed in, intercepted by Ronnie Edwards yet again. And here goes Paul Smith down the left wing. Plays it back to Chair, who gets fouled as well. Chair's taking his time. Plays it back to Ronnie. Yeah, Ward is the only person that came on. Alright, Varane. Obviously, Varane and Alfie Lloyd have come on already in the first half from the injuries. So yeah, Alfie Lloyd to Harvey Vale. Jimmy Dunn on the ball. Nick says, I think we look more comfortable with playing 4-3 as the players in the... Do you know what it is? It's because probably the way he has the players now, where they're suiting the style and the players that are back from injury. I think that's why. So yeah. Chair's gone down here. Fuck. Played advantage, cleared away. Is it Chair that's gone down? I don't know. How much do you get paid from these watchalongs, if you don't mind me? I don't get paid anything, mate. I don't get paid anything. I don't get paid whatsoever. I don't get paid whatsoever. Yet. I don't get paid yet. No, I'm joking. Look. At the end of the day, I don't do this for the money, man. I do this pretty much. Because I love doing it, you know. That for some... Oh, wait, hang on. Jackie Boy is saying 3-1. Am I behind on something? Hang on. Bale. Lloyd. Are you sure it's 3-1? Oh shit, it is 3-1. I'm behind. Jeez. Paul Smith, good goal. It's good play by Alfie Lloyd. Good play. Jeez. Goal 3-1. Damn. Am I behind? Are you right? Are you at the game? Are you at the game? Jack, are you at the game? Because I'm getting worried that I'm not. I need to. Right, I think we're live now. I think we've caught up. Yeah, I think we've caught up now. Hopefully that's the reason. But yeah, 3-1. Jeez, we're dominating this game pretty well with goals. Hopefully we keep it up. But yeah, going to Harrison with what you're saying. Look, I don't really do this for the money, man. I do this because it helps me, man. I love QPR. I love football. And when I started doing this, like I said, I didn't mean to be doing this. It wasn't an ambition of mine to be doing this because I wasn't interested in it. But you guys love it, and I've been on it and on it and on it constantly. But I would sit here and also say that I came close to giving this up, honestly, because it was kind of stressful at times. But, you know, I fight through it, and this is why I kind of continued, because stories like what, you know, Paul obviously, I hopefully he allows me to say this, obviously has mentioned last stream he's going through a lot of shit and all that, and you know, sometimes it's good to speak to people, and you guys speaking to you like this, I know I'm not physically speaking to you, but honestly it really is, really helps, honestly. You know, I love doing this now. I think it's amazing. You lot the community is growing day in day, and look, one day, yeah, do I want to do this as a living? 100%. I would love to do anything for the thing that I love, and I enjoy this more than my actual job. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. And you know, I have plans. I want to do something with it, and if it does get to that stage, happy days. But I gotta work hard for it. But to your question, yeah, I don't get paid for this whatsoever. But you never know. Never say never. One day. So yeah, and I also, like I said, I just want to get you lot involved. You know, I want to get some QPR fans involved in this as well. You know, sometimes doing this can help people in their careers as well. You know. Anyway, look, goal scored by Smith there. Nothing me going on. Won't mention Fire Stick, Nick says. I'm not on the Fire Stick, but yeah, fair dues. You think Daniel Benny get a look in the I think Daniel Benny is a good shout this season. Look, Daniel Benny is a good player. I keep telling people this. Daniel Benny is a good prospect, as well as Jalen Pearman and as well as some others. You know, they're good potential. Are they first team quality yet? I wouldn't say so. Would I say they're pretty much need to go out on loan? If they don't make the bench, then yes, they need to go to a team like Wickham or someone like Eze. We need to treat that player like Eze. But if he does get a chance on the bench, he needs to get his opportunities and then he needs to fight for it. So yeah, but I think Daniel Benny's a good shout so far. So yeah, another Paul Smith goal, headed goal. Yeah, I know he's doing phenomenal. Paul Smith is. I love Paul Smith, man. He plays for the badge. He has a place for the heart, man. So yeah, good interception there by Ronnie again. If we play like this in the champ, then we are in more exciting season. You gotta remember, Ryan. Look, this is what I say to people: if you've played semi-pro or amateur level of football, look, I'm not gonna say anything about my career or whatever. You know, I have played and been close to making it. I would sit here and say, but injuries held me back, and I would say that being a person that I have played preseason as well, you don't take preseason easily, and you don't take it like it's a serious game, if that makes sense, you know. So for me, I would sit and say that Fiorentina are probably not playing their best, but it's good to see that we are winning. But I would sit here and say that we're not playing our best, because, you know, I think there's improvements that I've seen, and I think it's just a work in progress. So yeah, but it's a great game. It's a great game to watch. You know, Amadou and Benge's performed brilliantly today as well. Again, John says, good show, mate. Entertaining, watch along. Thank you, John. Much love. Appreciated that. Seed says, yeah. Jackie Boy says, ICL sofa score notification come through straight away. Jackie Boy says, okay. Yeah, I don't mind DB. No worries, Paul. Thank you, man. His end product is questionable. Jackie Boy says. Seed also says, Benny against Derby at home was amazing. I think Benny's had some good performances, and he scored a great goal against Hull, he did. But he still needs to have work on, you know. He's still young, man. Look, kids are going to make mistakes, you know, but he's a good player. Oh, Burrell's in it. Crosses it in. Oh, it's just intercepted. And Fiorentina have, like, this questionable defense where they are using 5, 6, 7, 8 at the back. What's going on here? Harvey Vale has an opportunity. Chair. Oh, could have seen Paul Smith there. Amadou and Benge on the ball. Back to Chair. Can it be 4-1? We have a great opportunity here. 59 minutes, 60 minutes coming up. Chair plays it to Ronnie Edwards, who's pushed out. And this is what I'm saying, which is more exciting, because, look, if you look at us right now, I haven't seen us push up with this many players passing the ball, which I keep saying to you guys what Julian is usually doing. Varane shoots, and it's a comfortable save. Easy shot. But yeah, like I was saying last season, I've kind of watched Julian under certain teams, and his playing style is to play the ball in his in the opposition half quite a bit. And today we are doing that really well. You know, we're working the ball, we're bringing our centre backs even higher as a high line. So look, that's where the goals come from at the end of the day. You know, Pep does it with Barcelona, he did, where highline football, you know, and it's incredible to watch that Julian is bringing it here. You know, I wouldn't say we're exactly passing it great at times, but like right now, that's got to be offside, surely, Fiorentina, yeah. But yeah, we look good today. Look, we look good. There's still things that need to be improved on, such as injuries, but yeah. Bit like England versus France, when there is nothing to play for, it becomes a better game. Pretty much, yeah. So we're making some subs now. We are. Ilya Sher coming off. He is. We're making a full squad of subs. Jeez. So Boy Kemper, Ilya Sher, Paul Smith, Vale, Ronnie Edwards all coming off. I think it is. Is Varane coming off? No. Burrell's coming off as well, I think. Yep, Burrell's coming off. Lakesh on, Kieran Morgan on, Poku Isaac, Benny, Liam, and I don't know who the other player was. There's too many changes to count. Too many changes. Santos is on. That's it. Santos. Fiorentina is playing Haram ball. Mickey's funny, man. League ain't ready for us, Harrison says. Brian Gibson, thanks for tuning in. Just come in. What's the score? It is 3-1, my friend, as you can see up there. Up there, if I can point, 3-1. But we're doing well. We're doing well, QPR. I don't know if you're a QPR or a Fiorentina fan. So yeah, Santos is on. Yep. Nice to see Santos. Yes, see, look, I like Santos. I'm never gonna hate a player, unless it's I'm not gonna say the name actually. So yeah, but look, hopefully Santos gets a chance and an opportunity. So yeah, the fact that he's given a game makes sense. He might be involved in the team next season. So yeah, or this season I should say. Santos is at right back. Kieran Morgan on the ball. Liam Morrison on the ball right now. I think Jimmy Dunn came off as well. Varane. Wait, did Obuku come on? Is Obuku, who came on up front? Did Obuku come on? I thought Obuku was injured. Hang on, let me check. Oh, good opportunity there by Poku. Who's up front? Alfie Lloyd is still on, isn't he? Yeah. Poku, Isaac. Oh, what play? Poku in the box. Cuts in. Pays it. Kieran Morgan. Oh, unlucky. Oh, good play though. Good play. Poku did really well there. Absolutely brilliant play there by Poku. I'm getting confused with players here. I don't know who's up front, to be honest. I'm so confused. I don't know who's up front. Wow. This is mad. I'm getting confused with players. Imagine if Santos ends up being amazing. He will. Obviously, look, he's a good player, man. Look, I'm not going to discriminate any player. Less like this shit, really. Ryan says, fuck me, Santos. Did Isaac come on? I missed that. Isaac did come on, Paul, as well. Poku and Isaac came on. Brian says, someone please tell me the score. It's 3-1. Look up. Poku class. QPR Ryan says, Morgan has to use his left foot there. Rookie, a mistake. Yep. Alfie Lloyd is up front. I don't know. It looked like Obuku. I know Obuku is not on the field or on the bench because he's injured, but it looked like Obuku at the time. I don't know. So you got Poku. Unless Isaac's playing in a different. Yeah, they've changed the formation. It's a formation change as well. Oh wow, what a ball, Fiorentina, and it's a goal, and it's onside, and Ward has been beaten. So both keepers have both had goals conceded up against them. 3-2. It's actually not a good look, to be honest, for that keeper. That's not a good look, the way that goal's gone in. So it's a through ball down the middle, over the top. And yeah, he's just beaten down low. Jimmy Dunn is saying offside. It potentially could be offside, I don't know, but it's a good ball forward, and it beats Clark Salter and Liam Morrison, not Jimmy, sorry. Yeah, 3-2. Both keepers conceding today. So, look, let's not kill them straight away, but look, they're both doing the same thing where they're both outfield as well. So, yeah. Nick says entertaining preseason for sure. Alfie Lloyd is up front. What a game. Unlucky. Is there lots of Fiorentina fans there? Not many, mate. Not many, Seed. Poku on the ball into the box, crosses it in, and it's going to be a corner to QPR. Quite poor form. Listen, mate, it's hard to say. It's hard to say because look, at the end of the day, he's come out big. He's come out strong. He's come out big, which he's meant to do. But it's gone low. It's really low. Like it's just gone on. Like he's jumped up, and it's the players done really well to acknowledge it, to get it low like that. It's a poor cross there for the corner, whoever's taking that. John says I didn't notice that y'all got Lapity he could be a great pickup only if he stays healthy. He only played 2-3 games for us until the AC. Listen, look, I know, look, it's a great pickup for us, but we worry about the injuries as well for him because, listen, look, he's a great little player. He's still young, he's talented, but he's, you know, obviously coming from an ACL injury, it's going to be a hard season for him. And hopefully he stays fit. Hopefully Julie can keep him fit and go from there. But yeah, it's a great signing. Obviously played for you guys, Fiorentina. Played for Brighton, came from the Chelsea Academy. So yeah, had a great team, had a great support at Brighton, he did. Alright, Kieran Morgan passes it back to Liam. Saw at Twitter that Kamara is at the game. So he'll likely be announced after the game. If that's the case, I'm not too sure. But yeah. Unless they're waiting for the BDK one as well and they'll announce them together. I don't know. But that's 2 strong midfielders we've brought in, so yeah. Alright. Varane, good control down. Good ball there to Lakesh. Good to see Lakesh. Daniel Benny. It's a bad pass from Ben. See, that's all. Varane's done well there. Varane, go on. Oh, unlucky, my friend. Kieran Morgan back to Varane. Good winning and playing back. Good play by QPR. Santos there. Sees Varane for the call. Crosses it in. And it's going to be a corner to QPR. This is great play, honestly. Looking good. But I would sit here and say the only thing right now, Daniel Benny, passing-wise, not great. Absolutely bad. So, yeah. He might be announced after the game. You never know. You never know. Never say never. So, yeah. Guys, 29 likes. We're doing well with the likes. Obviously, the target's 30. If you're new in here, hit that like button, please, if you can. We're trying to get to 30 likes today. That's the target. It is free to like. If you can, please do. Much love. And subscribe if you want to as well. Who would you rather have DP out of the 2? Oh, God, that's a hard decision. Look, if it was me, I'd probably say the Oxford guy just because of his age. Kamara probably has more experience and would be better for us, but I'm more looking at it as a financial statement for us. You know, the other guy could be our next Bielik or Helik or whatever you want to call him. So yeah. Santos, obviously I haven't seen much looking at the moment, but he's been up and down the field. Ward, good catch there by Ward. Hopefully Poku, yeah. Hopefully fingers crossed, Jackie boy. Harrison Clark, do you think how far we've come from Ainsworth? 100%. 100%. Cheers, Gary Hill. Thank you. Much appreciated. Much love. I would say, look, as someone that's come from football myself and someone that didn't want Gareth Ainsworth, and I'm a big Gareth Ainsworth fan, you know, he's an idol of mine. I kept saying that. And I almost just got to the point in that season where it was like, I don't know, I don't want to give up and mention anything about Ainsworth. I just kind of wanted to see whatever was gonna happen. But look, Gareth Ainsworth is a good head coach. He is a good head coach, and he's learned under the best. But for me, he is a guy that would be better in League One. It would be so. Championship level, not for him. But the fact is this, you know, we've improved quite a bit under Christian Nuri. And we've gone a long way, we have. So, yeah. Someone's coming off. Adamson is coming off. Adamson's coming on for number 2. I don't know who's just come off. Someone's come off. Is it Alfie Lloyd that's come off for Adamson? I'm not too sure. Kamara wages will be a lot higher. I'm not too sure what his wages will be. Chris says who scored. It was Paul Smith, Madsen, and Boy Kemper for QPR. And I think it was Nata, I think he said. So yeah. Hear me out, surely. We just asked Nico what kind of midfielder he wants to be part of. Jack, to be honest, that is a good shout. That is an actual good shout, you know. At the end of the day, he will be a QPR captain one day, and surely he would want someone that works well with in midfield. So it is a good shout. That is a very good shout. So shout outs to your comment there. Robert Piccoli, Mickey says, okay, fair enough. And Chris says, thanks. Fiorentina throw in, 71 minutes gone, and it's still 3-2. It is. Fiorentina on the ball in their half. You know, it's been a great game today. I've actually enjoyed this game. Usually I'm falling asleep on pre-season. You guys remember last season when I fell asleep on stream, which was a bit of an embarrassment. So yeah, I think, to be honest, the only people that know that is Ryan, Foley, and all the others. So yeah, so only a few obviously remember that stream. So yeah, that was quite a funny day, to be honest. So yeah, Bromley 1-0 up against Crystal Palace. Okay. You know, I was actually good to hear that Pierre Sage went to Crystal Palace. You know, that's a good statement, manager. So yeah, Jackie Boy says, loving the stream, keep up the work, lad. Cheers, Jackie, man, much love, appreciate it for that. Huge shouts to you, man, honestly. Is it Millwall in the cup next? Yep, Millwall's in the Carabao Cup, 2 weeks away. We have 2 more pre-season friendlies left. I believe Bromley, is it Bromley? I'm not too sure. Well, hang on, Poku shoots here, and it's unlucky there. Very unlucky. What game did you fall asleep to? It was a pre-season game. Oh, let me get my YouTube. Oh, goalkeeper for Fiorentina's gone down here. Let me go on my channel and have a look for you. Oh no, it's not the goalkeeper, it's the centre back. It's gone down for thing. Let's check what stream it was on here, because we've been live for a long time, boy. Live for a long time. So pre-season games. Where's the pre-season games from last season? Here they are. So it was either SC Heerenveen or Toulouse. It was one or the other. One of them. It was one of them games. So yeah. Poku wants to score so bad. I know. Look, Poku needs to stay fit. You know, he's an interesting winger, and he'll do well for QPR. He will. Poku wants to score so bad. John says, "Lol, now we know. How could you fall asleep?" It was a boring game. It was a dead game. I'm not gonna lie. It was a dead game. It was. I think it was Toulouse. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken. It was just boring, and it was late in the day. It was a hot day in London, and I think we was all tired. So yeah. Bromley and Wimbledon next. So it's just 2 games left. Yeah. Yes, it is 2 games. It is, because this is our 4th game of the season. It is 4th game of pre-season. Right. Ward on the ball. We got Liam Morrison pushing up, given to Varane. Joe says, do you think we have promotion this season? I think personally, if you want my honest opinion, I think we get into the playoffs, but my target is top 10. But I do feel like we'll be strong contenders in the playoffs. I feel like the teams that will go up straight away are pretty much West Ham and probably Wolverhampton. I think Middlesbrough, Southampton are good shouts as well. But there's going to be a big competition in the championship this season, you know. Like I said, every home game is a must-win for us. Poku. Oh, gives it to Varane. I thought he was going to take a shot there. Kieran Morgan on the ball. Plays back to Poku. Does well there to get on his left foot. Good pass out wide to Lakesh. I don't know who that is on the wing. Alright, Liam Morrison back in our half. 15 minutes to go. Oh, Piccolo scored. He scored more in preseason than the regular season. Good for him. Oh, I'm guessing Piccolo, is that what you mean he scored? Oh, good play by QPR. Shoot. Oh, I just missed. Lakesh unlucky there. Nick says, we've made great signings, but I'm still sticking to my prediction last season that Poku will be the main man, Nick says. Jack says, injuries so far, Dembele, Colli, Obu, Sato, Kone, and Madsen. Well, that's what we're going to go with at the moment, with injuries on some of them. We obviously know Dembele's injured, and we know, obviously, Kone and Madsen have gone off injured. But Sato, obviously, I think they mentioned something about an injury to him. I'm not too sure. Obuku, they did say, but, you know, Collie, I'm not sure what's going on. I do want him to stay. I think Collie is brilliant, but I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's not looking positive right now. It's not looking positive. So, yeah. Varane on the ball now. Pushing up with Kieran Morgan on the right. Out wide to Santos. Sees Poku. Poku looking around. Varane. I've run out of drink. I think 3 signings is all we need left. 3 more signings for the season and we're done. And I don't think we need to focus on anything in January unless an injury comes out. I think that's my honest opinion. I think we just need to strengthen in areas with a bit of quality, and we have the youngsters there just in case. You know, last season I would say we lacked with injuries for quality. So yeah, or quality and injuries, if that makes sense. Yeah, I reckon we announce Kamara later after the game. I think we announced Kamara, but if he's still there, if that's what they're saying. But I also say that this, you know, if BDK is coming, then it's going to be a very good midfield for next season. You know, very strong. Julian will be happy with that. So yeah, do we see someone leave? Probably Kieran Morgan might go out on loan. You never know. And we have our first visitor today. As everyone probably has missed it. Come on and jump. Here you go, people. Here's the mascot of the stream. The mascot of the stream. She's returned. The dog has returned. Buffy has returned. Alright. Fiorentina on the ball. Obuku made out of glass. I think Obuku is actually a very decent player, to be honest. You know, he looks very, very good in that first couple of preseason games in Austria he did when he came on. Looked very physical and, you know, very versatile as well. So, yeah. If Nico has a serious injury, I still think we are fine with rotation on the bench. The problem is we need someone, like, I feel like Kamara could be his cover, but the problem is there's only one Madsen, Jackie. There's only one Madsen. I think Madsen is very important to this team. He brings the mentality and the motivation as well. Look, you got to remember, him and Jimmy Dunn are the main guys of this team, and they're both brothers in arms, you know? They literally spend their life together, or their families together, I would say. So, you know. You know, they're like brothers in arms, them two. You know, it's like watching Lethal Weapon, bruv, honestly. Isaac should be involved. 100% Isaac should be involved. Isaac has had a good preseason. He's shown great bits. You know, he could be potentially above Kieran Morgan, but it depends on how we play him and how he wants to be played. Because right now, it looks like we're playing pretty different formations and is rotating all the time. You know, Poku's on the ball right now, running down the right wing. Can he do anything with it? He's waiting for his players. He's being grabbed. It's going to be a free kick to someone, and it's a free kick to Fiorentina. Should have been a free kick to us first, but yeah. You've been hella glazing him? Oh, what is that? Oh, mate. Listen, look. The one thing about this channel is that if you're shit, I'm going to tell you you're shit. If you're shit, look. If I don't know how long you've been watching the channel, Jackie, mate. Last season, start of the season, you can ask Ryan, you can ask any of these guys, Nick, you can ask, I can't remember who else, but you can ask them how much I hated Steve Cook last season at the start. I fucking hated him. I fucking did stuff that I talked bad about him, which I shouldn't have, you know. He was so awful last season at the start. And, you know, you can ask these guys, honestly, how much I fucking went in on him, you know. Look, when I'm in my bad moods, I could come down on a player so bad. But when it comes down to players that I feel like I can look at, watch them, and see they have good talent and ability, I'm going to be honest with you guys. You know, I'm going to be very honest, you know. There's players that I feel like I can agree with you that should go out on loan because they need first team experience. But when it comes down to looking at players, it's not just about stats. It's also about how they perform and how well they kind of mentality-wise stick together, you know? You know, right now, that was stupid from QPR. You know, Isak's made a mistake there. Ward comes out brilliantly, well done. But yeah, look, Isak's had an incredible pre-season, in my opinion, you know. Isak should be playing brilliantly because he's come from European football, you know. He played against Chelsea and scored against Chelsea in the Conference League. So, look, this guy is pretty decent, in my opinion. And for what I was watching in pre-season in Austria, he was passing well, winning the ball back. You know, he looked really good. Deep line playmaker, maybe a ball-winning midfielder. You know, and he's going to be worth a lot of money in the future. You know, he looks interesting. Poku's just beating his player. Gets into the box, waiting for some help. Plays it back to Kieran Morgan. To Varane out the box. Varane into the middle to Daniel Benny, who looks like he's playing up front at the moment. I'd rather send that Benny out on loan instead of Morgan. Nick says, probably a good shout. Would Kamara be a loan or permanent? I think it may be a loan. I don't know if it's a permanent signing, unless it's announced as a permanent. I think we loan out Morgan for some reason. I see him in MK Don's shirt. I don't know why, and then give Isak a chance. I would say Kieran Morgan to Lincoln, or give him to Cardiff, or give him to Wickham, or there's some other teams as well. I would say Luton Town would be a good shout under Jack Wilshere. That would be a good shout. Show my age, my dog is called Rodney. Jesus Christ. Rodney. The COV performance cheese. I don't know if you remember me watching the Coventry performance. That Coventry performance was a shambles, man. So yeah. I think we've come well. Listen, look, and this is what I said a couple of weeks ago. The fact that I love about Julian is that wherever he says, he's stuck by his word. You know, he said that the performance against, obviously, I know it did happen again, but you know, Charlton. He said that Charlton, it would never happen again, and you know, we beat Charlton incredibly well. You know. Cool, I remember my QPR save on the FM. Morgan went to Cardiff and dunk up the gaff. Fair enough, Jackie boy. Fair enough. And look, Kieran Morgan is a good player, man. He's someone to watch out for in the future, but he's still learning. He's still got a lot to learn. I don't know what his favourite position is at the moment. Under Tottenham, he's definitely a defensive midfielder. Oh, flipping hell. Fiorentina almost an opportunity there. But yeah, Kieran Morgan is definitely a defensive midfielder player, but whether he can play right back. You know, he did at Tottenham, but he seemed to play well under Mike Fuentes' playing style. So yeah, I'm not too sure. 85th minute gone, and it's still 3-2 QPR. It's been more of a push of Fiorentina going up forward. So it's been end to end in the last 10 minutes, I would say, since the changes. But it's still looking okay for us. You know, obviously a bit of a difference in the defense for our sake. You know, still a lot to learn to go from this game. But, you know, if we could see someone score in the next 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever, I'd be much appreciated. Honestly, 4-2 would be a great result. A similar result against United a couple of years back. Poku crosses it in. It's a blinder of a cross, but just no one at that back post. Jackie Boy says, you see. Dick says, I'm sure JS had a word because the intensity is better in the second half. Pretty much. Just back four, we got our rubbish. Paul says, Marty to America. Jackie Boy says, yeah. Yep, Antonio, he is playing. He's been pretty quiet so far. I don't know what position he's playing at the moment. I think he's playing behind the striker, if I'm not mistaken. Poku is cooking, Jackie. Poku is cooking, man. Right, here go Fiorentina on the move. Ooh, damn my eye, jeez Christ. Right, Fiorentina go long. Oh, it's a good ball there and a good touch. Right, Fiorentina pushing it a bit more now, putting the pressure on us. Kept in. Come on, boys, defend it. Come on. Oh, what play. He's whipped it in, and good save by Ward. Great save. Absolutely great save, Ward. Go on. Jack says my QPR source are telling me that Kamara, BDK, Luke Chambers are coming soon. Who's your source? I would love to know who that is. Luke Chambers will definitely come on loan. BDK will be a permanent signing. Kamara will probably be loan, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. Has LMO make a shot? Nah, not yet. Not at all. Not just yet. But listen, I don't worry about that because he's more of a defensive midfielder, maybe, if I'm not wrong. So yeah. Santos gives it to Varane. No, Santos has been pulled down there, but played on. I would take the free kick because it's gone back, but yeah. Alright, boy, oh, mate, Boy Kemper, what a goal he scored today, man. Shout out to Boy Kemper. Alright, here they go. Poku into the box, good run, crosses it in. Anyone there? Nope, cleared away by Fiorentina. Just not enough players in that end finish, and then there goes Morrison doing really well to head it out. Ziad Lakesh on the ball. It's good to see these players fit, man, honestly. Ziad Lakesh is someone that I really like watching, honestly. He's a very talented player. You know, very underrated, obviously because of injuries, but hopefully this is his breakout season. Clark Salter's back. Oh, it's a good ball. Daniel Benny just with a bad touch, though, which is usually happens. Kieran Morgan fouls his player. Oh, man. Jeez, the hair. The hair is hiding. The hair is going. Right, Fiorentina on the ball. And their guy is saying slow the pace down. Oh, they've given it away. Oh, we've given it away. Kieran Morgan, do something with it. Yes. Good play. Varane on the ball. Isaac just in the middle. Just waiting around for that ball. Controlling the area. Varane on it now. Isaac's free. It's gone long out to the wing to... Who is that, actually? I don't know who that is. Into the middle. Oh, Kieran Morgan. You got to be on alert with Daniel Benny on that one. Alright, here they go. Fiorentina on the run. They push on. Fiorentina into the box. Crossed in. And it's just not the best of crosses, to be honest. But yeah, unlucky. It's Luke Chambers, isn't it? Alright. We'll respond to them in a second. We have... Fiorentina on the attack at the moment. I might have to put this light on because you guys are struggling to see me. There we go. There we go. I'm a bit tanned, as you can tell. I'll turn it down actually a little bit. It's a bit bright now. Oh shit, nope, didn't mean to do that. There we go, that'll do. Right, Fiorentina still on the ball. Let's... Jeez, okay, that was close. Oh no, I was joking, lad. I'm just predicting for the future. I actually had a lad last summer who was telling me loads of talks. Okay, isn't Luke Chambers a winger? Luke Chambers can play anywhere down the left. Jacoby says, well, left back. Oh, fair enough, Ryan says. And I'm just literally repeating a conversation. Adamson, that's it. Adamson's on the wing on the left, and Varane just letting him know what a good job he's done there. Good to see. Alright, 90 minutes. Is there any added time? I'm not too sure. Varane telling people to get their old clock sorted, telling them. Alright, it's gone long to Poku. What a touch by Poku there. Can we get a fourth? Nope, that's it. Full time. And the players are moaning. Fiorentina whinging, but... What a game, what a game, what a game. QPR win against Fiorentina at home, 3-2. Both ends of the pitch. Amazing game, honestly, amazing game. Well. Let's say this, right? So first half, first goal coming from Nicholas Madsen on the penalty spot. Greatly played. What the hell am I going on about rhyming slang? Yeah, Madsen with a great finish to the right bottom corner against De Gea to make it 1-0, but it was also a great playing styles that was happening in that first half. Second goal, boy Kempa scoring his first goal for QPR. Absolutely thought it was a great goal, but it almost came close to a fondle when Varane was in his way. 2-0 it was up, and then I believe and just before half time, the other guy from the Fiorentina team, I can't remember his name now, but he took a shot against Charles. Charles gets low and just gets a bad deflection, and it goes in, unfortunately, to make it 2-1. And then for the third goal, QPR make it 3-1 in the second half, where Paul Smith, great header. What a header it was, and a great cross again from the player. I can't remember who it was that crossed it in again now. I think it was Amadou and Ben. Was it Amadou and Ben Gay? I'm not too sure, but yeah. And then Fiorentina obviously finish it off 3-2. Well, make it 3-2 in the second half. But great game today. Honestly, great game. I've enjoyed watching this one pre-season. We are live pretty much for the next one as well, which is, I believe, on Friday. Is it Friday or Thursday night? I think it is. Let's have a look. Matches. So we have Bromley on Friday night, 5:30. We'll be live on 7:30. Sorry, Friday night. We'll be live for that next week. We will on the 31st of July, and then we have Wimbledon on the 1st of August. So 2 games. Wait, do we have 2 games in 2 days? Do we have 2 games in 2 days? Am I seeing that correctly? Guys, have we got 2 games in 2 days? Let us know in a comment, please, because I feel it just says we got 2 games in 2 days, I think. But look, great game, great guys from you guys, man. Great support, man. Let's see if we hit the target. 37 likes, absolutely smashed it. 30 likes was the mark. Let's try and get it to 40 by the end of the stream. But yes, thank you lads for tuning in. Let's see who the comments before we leave, before we go. Lovely stuff. Ryan says, Harrison, wow, you are. Nick says, full-time, well done, good result and workout. Shame about the injuries, but wait and see. Thanks, DB, good show as always. Thank you, Nick. Paul says, good game. Shame about the injuries for the stream. DB, take care. See you tomorrow. Norris, Paul, see you tomorrow, my friend. Hopefully you have a good night. Despite the injuries, great performance from the boys. 100% Jack. Alfie Lloyd crossed it. Thank you, let me know. Great game, lads. Until next time. Shout out to John Mann and whoever else is tuned in from the Fiorentina lads who support Fiorentina. Big up you guys for tuning in, man. Big shout out to you guys. Yeah. Jackie Boy says yes we do. Ryan says yes we do on the 2 games. We've officially hit 40 likes, people. 40 likes has hit the mark. So we've hit another mark, another target, and we've also killed it with the subscribers as well, man. So thank you guys on that. One will be a DS team game. Okay, so but it'll be live though, so we get to see a bit of DS live, so that'll be interesting. I think it'll be Bromley game, to be honest. So yeah, but look, today's game has been phenomenal. Honestly, I love it. I've enjoyed every minute of today. You guys, you know, you've been amazing as well, so much love to you guys, you know, for supporting the channel and watching the stream with us. You know, main concerns, what we need to catch up on tomorrow: injuries, Madsen and Kone. We also need to focus on and see what's going on with these signings, see what's happening with them, and till then, hopefully we get some noise. But yeah, match reaction is today is that QPR have beaten Fiorentina 3-2 at home. Great playing style in the first half and second. Could there have been more goals? Probably, but a little great run around for a pre-season game against a good Italian team. So yeah, apart from that, we're going to leave you guys there. Have a great evening. Shout out to all you guys. I'm not going to repeat all your names because the whole today's stream has been madness. So shout out to all of you guys for tuning in. Much love and much appreciation. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to. Peace, love, positivity as always. And we'll catch you on Friday night against Bromley, I believe it is. Stay there, stay tuned. And come on, you R's. We'll be live tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow.